Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Artifacts Worldswide's Lands of Aecathan, where a bunch of people who some might say have played D&D a little bit too much express how much they don't care by playing D&D a little bit more.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, too bad.
Lump it.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what we're here to do. So this is our second week of, I guess, what you'd call a side game, in that it's off to the side geographically of where the original game takes place.
And it's not really a one shot.
It's Aecathan adjacent.
Well, it's still in Aecathan. It's just in Western Aecathan.
Western Aecathan.
It's in the swankier part of Aecathan.
Well, it's in a different part, that's for sure. I don't know. There's probably one place in Western Aecathan that tops anything in Central Aecathan. So you haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
But
Is this one of those places where, you know, it's like I'm from Western Aecathan or Eastern Aecathan? It's not just like one.
No,
I mean, because now living in New Jersey, I realize nobody actually just lives in New Jersey. You either live in South New Jersey, North New Jersey, or there's even these weirdos that say there's a Central New Jersey. And we have the argument about whether there actually is a Central New Jersey.
Huh? Well,
It's
there might be, except that no one in Central Aecathan knows that Western Aecathan exists, and vice versa. Well, except for the bad guys.
That makes it tough then.
There's one villain group that is aware of both at the moment.
I smell a possible team up. Okay, sorry.
Well, if you all feel like playing, if some of y'all feel like playing two characters at once, sure.
Hashtag supergroup.
Right. Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it a lot.
But Mike is making progress. Pam is taking care of him. And that's why we're doing this, to give her a little bit of a break, because this game happens to fall right in the middle of the gap in the people there to assist her. So she is his primary caregiver during this time. So let's dive into tonight's adventure. And welcome back. So here's what happened last time, to get you caught up in case you're just tuning in. A group of elite soldiers in the Western Aecathan town of Glamaruth, called the Brognate, were summoned to the city council chambers to hear a plea from a visitor from the north known as the Hermit of Daka. And there, along with the council members, they encountered Verrozz, a tiefling who is the Hermit of Daka, who had come by foot from the town in the shadow of the central escarpment that crosses this entire region, to beg for aid in helping discover what happened to the town that he lives outside of. He went in to get supplies and found the town deserted, part of it aflame, and with little recourse, he did what he could to put out the flames, and as the sun was setting, began to hear this cacophonous keening, unlike anything he had ever heard before. And fearing for his life, he fled. He arrived in Glamaruth and requested to be heard before the council. You four were brought in both as honor guard and as representatives of the Brognate because your commanding officer, the Forge Master, suspected that you would be called upon if aid was to be sent. And the council decided it would assist the Hermit of Daka and requested that you four, since you had been there to hear, would accompany him. You were provided an opportunity to gather supplies, and then, courtesy of the local mercantile enchanter, were actually teleported via teleportation circle directly into the base of the tower of Tozak Varon, who is the chronurgist who has taken up residence in Daka. You departed the tower, finding no one there to greet you, and explored Daka, determining the possibility that it was a kiln that was left unattended that caused the fire in the northwestern section of the city. You also discovered in one of the local inns a young halfling woman who somehow had survived, although she had been locked in a single chamber for almost a week. The only thing that she could tell you was that she was in the form of a rat when the flashing streak blazed through the room that she was in, and she found herself alone. You also traveled to the local enchanter's shop, where you found, again, no one. You did find a case holding what appeared to be magical items, but were unable to figure out your way around the trap on the lock to get the case open. And then, courtesy of a detect magic spell, discovered that there was almost a remnant of what appeared to be a person, but it was almost smeared on the back wall of the shop in such a way that it could only be seen through detect magic until the sun fell. And then suddenly the smear was visible and stepped off the wall, and while it was never at a fixed position, it nevertheless managed to come forward and begin attacking. And then it disappeared. At that point, you decided perhaps discretion was the better part of valor, since chances were good the entire city was going to be full of these creatures. And you decided to leave, taking a very wide berth around the southern edge of the city to head to the west to Verrozz's cabin. As you were traveling, you did notice that these creatures periodically seemed to blip from one place to another, seemingly through no control of their own. It almost seemed random. But that explained what happened to the one that you were fighting in the magic store. You continued on, made your way to Verrozz's cabin, and arrayed yourself out on the meager floor space of his cramped abode, and bedded down for the evening.
I have some questions.
It is the next morning.
Okay.
You are just waking up.
How long, or you don't have to tell me how long it took us, but just knowing that, how long did it take us to get there? How far is he? 10 miles?
No,
2 miles.
no. It took you, including the wide berth around the southern end of town, it took you about 3 hours. You figure if you just went directly from his cabin to the nearest part of Daka, it would take you about 2.
Okay. What time are we waking up?
Whenever you wish.
I say it should be fairly early so we can get into town before, so we have 12 hours or 11 hours. We need to leave before I wake up early.
Like 6.
Well, what time does the sun come up in this part of Aecathan?
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
question.
At this point, about 6:45 in the morning.
Well, let's aim for a little before that so that we're
Yeah.
up and ready to roll.
Mm-hmm.
On the road by sunup.
Okay, so
That's how you know I'm role playing.
so like 5:30. I know, right? I'm like, I know.
Like
this
a full
is
8 hours of
stupid. That sounds painful.
Yeah.
Like, this is not role playing, this is what I do every morning.
Yeah. You know it's role playing if you get a full 8 hours of sleep.
Oh.
That's true.
Not real. Yeah, so I'll wake up early and hem and haw and think about it, and then I'll wake up everybody else and be like, maybe we should leave early. But while we're on the road, I want to ask Verrozz a bunch of questions.
Okay. He's
Our little
not...
friend is with us, right? Allie? Is that her
Yes,
name?
yes.
Is she willing to go back?
No,
There?
she is not.
Oh.
She says, I don't think I can possibly. I mean, I would just slow you down. And if it's okay, I'd just rather stay here.
Is there anything that you would want us to bring back from town for you? Anything from your home?
Do you have a light spell?
Are you asking me?
No. No.
I don't know. That was really serious and intense.
I'm asking the halfling. Do you have a light spell?
No.
Do we
Okay.
think we could be? Do we think she could be of any help tagging along with us?
It's,
I mean,
No,
and
it's- what I'm more concerned about is, does she have some means of protecting herself in the event that any of these shades show up? Because the only thing that we've figured out will work against them is light.
yeah.
So hold on a sec. I think I
But
have
if she's staying at Verrozz's, they shouldn't be there. I guess we don't
I
know if
just
they can
wanna-
leave town.
I just want to give
Yeah.
her something.
Yeah,
If she-
no,
we're
you're
leaving her-
right. You're
we're
thinking
leaving her-
smart because you never know if they could leave town. So
Right.
that's
We
not
don't
a bad
know what they can do. None of us have ever seen anything like that before. I would like to never see it again.
Well, I would
But-
like to see one, if only to try to talk to it and see if, because I think I may be able to connect with it if we. But I only want to see one. I don't want to come up across like 37 of these things. Just one's enough. And then I could attempt to talk to it and see if we can figure out maybe what happened and how to bring them back to people-y form, human form.
I ask her, so if you don't plan to go back to the town, do you plan to stay here until we return?
If that's okay. I mean, I don't really know where else I would go.
I guess we better ask Verrozz. It's his place.
It's fine. I understand.
Is there anything that you would like us to bring back from town for you?
Maybe some clothes. All I've got is what I'm wearing. And I've been wearing them for a week.
You make a good point.
Did she tell us where she lived?
She does.
I don't
us
have
directions.
I don't have any light spells. That seems really stupid.
Well, you have your sword though.
Right.
That
Yeah,
is
and I
a-
can do the same thing with my sword. I can create light through fire. Through fire.
There are towels and blankets. There is a well out back. Feel free to heat the water. Clean yourself.
I made. Oh no, I didn't make.
Wear
Oh, I did make.
Wear anything that you can find that seems like it would fit you. I don't mind.
Oh, he's giving you free reins of the clothes too. Woohoo!
Would you like more fresh water, or perhaps something else to drink while we're gone?
Okay.
No, he just told her there was a well out back.
I know, but I remember
So-
I helped fill some of it, the cistern.
Since my character knew that light was helpful with dealing with these things, could I have switched out my cantrips so that I have light for today?
Yeah.
Can I get a
Or,
light?
no, for the cantrips, no, it's only when you level. The rest
Oh,
of your
really?
spells you can change out
Okay.
whenever you like, but the cantrips you can only change when you go up a level.
Oh.
Because those are selected to be the only things you know that are cantrips. So
That's dumb.
I made water for his cistern because he wasn't here, and I was just wondering if they want, like, if there's a need for more, or if she might want some wine or beer, or, ale or something in the meantime.
I'm afraid
ask Allie.
I have no spirits. So if you wish, you should accept her offer. Sure, wine would be great.
So I grab a couple of his, unless he's got like a gallon jug.
No, he's got pitchers.
I'll put it enough in a pitcher to fill a pitcher.
Okay.
Well, then I don't have access to that spell. So.
It only lasts for like an hour anyway.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There
So
are
we should
there are
be-
torches and lanterns.
Okay.
That should offer
Okay.
some safety.
Okay. So so those are here.
Yes.
And does the
Okay.
door lock?
Oh
You
yes.
have noticed last night, right?
Oh yeah, it does.
Okay. So I want you to keep a lantern with you at all times.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
And lock the door behind us.
Yes, I will.
And we will be back. And we will bring clothes for you.
Thank you. And thank you for understanding. I can't go back there now. Not yet.
It's really understandable. It really is.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We will need it.
Yeah, what he said.
So you gather your things, grab a quick breakfast that you can carry with you, and head out the door a little before sunrise.
Right.
You head back
Hi-ho.
through
Hi-ho.
the forest,
It's off to kill we go. Do. Sorry.
back towards Daka, and the walk is uneventful, but you do notice that as you get close, the sounds of the forest fade away. It seems like the areas surrounding the city were also likewise depopulated of animals and birds.
Whatever.
And this is still in forest.
Yes.
So,
Do
as
we come upon any houses in that area? Is there anything there that, like another hermit? Maybe he's got a friend somewhere along the way. He stops and, you know, has
No.
coffee before he goes into town.
No.
I just thought I'd ask.
As we walk, I'm going to keep an eye out behind us and see if she follows us. I'm also going to bring up some things to the group.
Okay.
And
you said you had questions for Verrozz as well.
I do. Now that
right.
she's not with us.
Make a perception check if you're looking to see if she's following you.
I am looking to see if she's following us. Perception. It's not great, but it is good. 18.
You see no sign of anything or anyone following you.
I find it interesting that as a rat, she couldn't have found a way out of that room.
Any of us bother to check and see if she was evil?
I had my questions as well, but I did ask a number of those types of questions, right?
Yes.
I don't remember. I just don't remember off the top of my head.
Anybody who's wondering about this, make an Arcana check.
Damn it! I hate it when I clean up. I forget where I put my die.
14.
16.
Oh, mine is gonna.
21.
What is it? Arcana? Did you say?
Yes.
20.
You rolled a 21.
Well, I rolled an 18.
But still,
Yeah.
I rolled a 20, Jeff. If you need that again.
Roslynn and Gavin, you assume that she was using a polymorph spell. And you know that one of the drawbacks to a polymorph spell is you are limited by the intelligence of the shape you assume. So she would have had the reasoning ability of a rat until she reverted.
oh,
So that's why she didn't get out.
But polymorph doesn't last that long, does it?
An hour.
She was in there for a week.
Yes.
right. So she was
She
was a rat
reverted,
for an hour.
found out
and
that
then
she
she
was
became a
alone in
human.
this room, locked in.
And she could hear the weird sounds.
Maybe fear kept her. I mean, if she heard those weird voices, fear might have kept her from finding a way. I don't know. I mean, it's something if we haven't looked into, we can look into further. But you know, I'm willing
been burned
to take.
before.
Well, absolutely,
Right?
absolutely, and that's why you ask, right? So, but
Well-
you know, it's worth maybe exploring. But right now, maybe we're doing all we can do. We've got to go back and find out, and let's keep an eye and just make sure that she isn't following us or doing anything untoward.
Well, what did we do last time? Didn't we check to see if she was lying?
You did insight checks.
Okay.
And what you got from sort of analyzing her as she spoke was that she was completely overwhelmed and terrified, much as you would expect a person who had been through what she claimed to have gone through to be.
All right.
No, I too was suspicious.
Yeah. It's happened to me before. I did not follow up on it, and it burnt me bad. Well, burnt Zorith bad. The questions I had for him were about the keep in the middle.
The tower?
Yeah, the tower. What kind of things? I know about it a little bit last week, but I have forgotten.
Are you referring to the abandoned keep or Tozak's tower?
The abandoned keep. The big gray thing in the middle of the map.
Yes.
What kind of activity is there?
None. It is not used.
Well, that's a central location. So if something happened centrally and what burst out. Question though, Jeff,
There.
Yes.
is this, I'm pinging the map. Is this the tower that we came into?
Yes, that's Tozak Varon's tower.
That's pretty centrally located too. Oop. Okay.
Why do you want to know it's centrally located?
If it were a radiant burst of something, not a radiant burst, but if it was a burst of something that affected everything, coming from the center location,
Would make the most sense.
yeah, it would make the most sense. Can't say that that's what this is, but just trying to think of ideas.
Melerenn, make a persuasion check.
Oh. Okay.
Crystal blue persuasion.
Natural 17. I think it's only 3. Persuasion. Oh, I have advantage. Plus 2. Oh, I rolled an 18, so a dirty 20.
Dirty.
You see Verrozz kind of sigh and then say, "You are insightful. I thought all night while I was tossing and turning whether this could have been something that Tozak did."
Who's Tozak?
That's the tower guy we came into.
Oh, yes. I mean, maybe
Any-
it's an accident.
Any reason why he would do something like this?
Because for all his power, he is undisciplined.
Oh, one of those, huh?
That is why he and I were estranged. My last name is also Varon.
Oh, you're related?
Oh, so you related?
He is my brother.
Ugh.
Oh, and the plot thickens.
And seconds.
What kind of relationship do you have with your brother?
I
Not
take it
much
it's
of
not
one.
good.
One that usually involves yelling.
Would he have done this at the behest of someone else?
No,
No.
not
was a-
unless there was great reward for him as well. He is incredibly selfish.
What kind of magic user is he?
He is a chronurgist.
Right.
Studies the
Time.
intertwining of magic and time.
That's right. I remember that, but I don't know.
Aha.
Oh, they
And
he
now we
took
get the
people
answer to that
literally
one.
out of time.
I do not know.
I think
Well,
that's a
maybe
good
we need to-
possibility.
Maybe we need to go back and check out his place then, maybe.
I was
We didn't really
going-
look.
I was going to suggest that.
Yeah, maybe that's
But
where we...
I did notice that when we appeared, there was but one exit that I could see, and that was to the outside. I saw no means of gaining the upper floors.
I am a monk. I might be able to parkour up there.
And I can fly if I have to.
Oh, if you can fly, then you can take the rope and get on up.
Are there
Yeah.
windows?
No,
No? Okay. Well,
Windows. No,
I say we head there then. We got to find this out.
no,
Yeah.
there's exactly one entrance that anyone can see, and that's the one you walked out of.
Anyone can see. Key phrasing. Sometimes.
Crazy.
Just saying.
Crazy.
Whoa, hey. Ignore that.
Ignore what?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So you reach the edge of the forest, and the city comes into view. The one positive thing you notice is that there is no longer any residual smoke rising from the northwestern section. So it appears that nothing is even smoldering anymore at this point.
Wow.
But it is unnaturally quiet. You hear the wind whistling through open windows. You catch the movement of doors and curtains periodically, but otherwise there's no sound, no life, no birds, no mice, cats, dogs, nothing. You also remember that in addition to being an artist's enclave, Daka also engaged in the raising of cattle and sheep and other livestock, chickens,
all gone.
all gone.
Wow.
I say we go there.
I say we go that to check out that whatever his name is.
Can we maybe
Tozak
walk,
or whatever.
Tozak.
walk by the
Him too.
abandoned keep,
Certainly.
just in case?
Well, you're coming in from the west, so you kind of have to pass the keep to get to the tower anyway.
I say that's probably the next place we check if we don't find anything at.
Like coming in there, is that okay?
Yeah, we can walk right by. And like I said, I think after we check Tozak's, if there's nothing at Tozak's, I think that might be the next big place we check out just to see what's up.
Well, the other thing is if it's abandoned, quote unquote, and everybody thinks it's abandoned, is going to pay attention to it at all if there's something going on in there. But I could be way off. That's just a thought.
I think we should check both.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, as you make your way into town from the west, you are approaching the abandoned city keep. You see that the gate to get in is not visible, although you suspect it's probably on the southwestern corner.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But from where you are walking, just simply heading east, you can't see any break in the outer wall.
And it's wall.
Yeah. It's
Stone
wall, yes. With guard towers.
But it's abandoned.
Is it in good repair?
Reasonable.
And how long has it been abandoned?
About 20 years or so. That's how long Daka has had a city council.
Can I try to get to the top of the stone wall? Acrobatic up there?
Sure.
No
Make-
parkour?
Yeah, make an either acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
I'm gonna go acrobatics, and that's a 19.
Okay. You watch as Melerenn approaches the wall, leaps up, grabs onto cobblestones that don't look like they protrude enough to provide a handhold, but somehow she scurries up to the top of the wall. You are now standing at the top of the 10-foot wall, looking down into the courtyard of the keep.
Scurry.
I'm gonna look at the keep, like at the actual big building of the keep. How far away am I? Sorry, tough questions, I know.
Probably about from where you're at. Probably about 30 feet from the corner of the keep.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna like get down. Oh, I don't know. Once I'm up there, I'm just gonna look at the keep. Does it seem like there's any?
Yeah, I'm guessing you probably came up on the wall right about here. Like right in between those two towers.
Oh, could you ping it again? I didn't see it.
Oh, hold on. It's not showing up. Oh,
Like,
yeah,
no,
because I was on the wrong layer. Right there.
Okay. Yes. Can I see anything?
Make a perception check.
Out of the ordinary? Anything? That's not very good. Perception. 15.
You look all around. You see all of the windows are shuttered and closed. You can almost see the front door from where you're at, and you think you see what looks to be a large chain and a lock, but you're not 100% sure because it's a bad angle.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell them what I see, and then I'm going to hop on down and say, it's going to be easy to get in there if we've got fly, and I can hop up to the top and take a rope or whatnot and get us all over there if we want to later.
All right, so do you continue on to the tower?
Yeah, I'd say we continue on to Torlok's place.
Tozak, damn it. I figure you'll get it by hour 2.
Maybe. We'll see. Put some money down. Take your bets.
All right.
Tozak. Let's go to Tozak's place.
All right. So, give me a moment. I'm going to adjust the map for Roll20 here. All right. You find yourself on the street. Outside the tower, you see that the doors on the street level into the tower are closed, but you remember that you closed them yesterday when you left.
You did. That's right. I remember.
So that's not altogether unusual.
So chronurgist is a wizard, right?
Correct.
Wizard, a type of wizard.
Yes.
Well, let's go see if the door's still open.
We both study wizarding.
Yeah, is this the time where the rogue's going to be the Huckleberry and just go up there and
It is your
Huckleberry it
job.
out? It is my job. I do have evasion, so let's work with that. I go up and if not for giggles, I just open the door and see what happens.
Okay.
What the hell? I'm just gonna open it up.
You're not gonna check it for traps?
Nah.
You grab the latch, turn it, open the door. Light floods in from the outside. There is no light inside, and otherwise, it just looks like a couple of doors you just opened into a big room. You see in the light streaming in from outside, you do see the teleportation circle that you appeared in. It's a permanent teleportation circle. Seems to be made of glittering black and red dust.
Don't step in there.
Well, it
That's how we
doesn't
got
do
here.
anything. It's a receiving.
Ah.
Anyway. The way teleportation circles work is you need to know the runes around the outside You need to basically be able to reproduce this circle, and you do it in some rather expensive chalks and cast the spell, and it takes you to the actual circle that has those symbols.
For old nerds, it's like a telnet address.
Ooh, yes.
You know the address, they know their address, but you gotta like talk
Right.
in between.
Right?
Very good.
Yeah.
There's no,
Talk in
there's
between.
no way they can lock in. Anyway,
No.
anyway, moving on. So we're now in this place, but we don't see any. It's obvious there are other floors, or
Yeah.
does it just look like one big room?
You kind of step back outside and sort of eyeball. Make an investigation check.
Yeah. I'm gonna-
Investigation. I
Yeah.
gotta remember that.
Now,
Good one for
your
me.
sword.
Oh yeah. Rolling the 20. 32.
Okay. You step outside, give it a quick eyeball, and go.
Looks about 3 floors from here.
That's like 110 feet. You walk back in and go, yeah, this room's about 20. So there's another 90 feet up there.
Aha.
Well, we kind of had that idea.
But there are no obviously visible stairs.
No, it's
The room.
It is featureless walls and ceiling. The floor is made of hexagonal flagstaffs, but other than the teleportation circle in the middle, that's all you see.
It's
So
almost
there's
like
got to
a-
be something here
doors.
somewhere that does something, but
The
I'd be damned to
things
find
do
a
the
wand.
things.
Do you have any spells that would help you find a secret door there, Rogue?
He didn't have spells.
I mean, not spells, but skills.
Krishana,
Yeah.
how does your sword work? How does it give light? Don't light it up if we only get a chance to use it once.
Psychic abilities, uncanny dodge.
You can also search for hidden doors and traps, especially if you can fly.
As far as I can tell, I can light it up whenever I like. It's like that. It's actual sunlight.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I've got psychic ability. I do not have anything that's going to help us. I don't think in this
I start
Psychic
checking the walls to see if there's
teleportation.
a secret
Yeah.
door.
That's not
Fifth
help me.
edition elves don't have that ability, right?
I don't think so. Hold on.
Snipe.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
just cause a blade of pure radiance to spring into existence. So it's just as long as you have the blade. It doesn't give you any type of time. Cool.
Mm-mm.
Cool.
I like
Um,
a sun saber.
You automatically have proficiency in perception.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I will.
Other than that,
I guess I will search for traps then. I mean, not traps. Whoops. I will search for hidden doors.
make a perception check.
I think we're all gonna try doing that.
All right.
I'll start
How's
checking the walls.
24?
24 is good.
I see nothing on the floor.
All the live long day.
7.
Ooh.
Mine's gonna end up being a. What'd you say? You said investigation, right?
Nope, perception.
Perception. I'm sorry,
Oh.
wrong one. Okay, then it's
Well,
gonna
then.
be 22.
Okay. All right. Roslynn?
I am going to also search for hidden doors and openings in the walls.
Okay.
So what kind of a roll do you need?
Oh yeah, that would have been investigation, wouldn't it? So yes, it would have been an investigation check. Sorry.
Well, come on now, people.
Oh well, that's even better for Verrozz, but
I rolled a 16.
Then I go
Okay.
up to 26.
That means I only have 19.
okay.
I liked it better when it was perception.
Yeah.
Mine is a 6.
Verrozz has 24. You poke all around
Book, book, book.
the walls along the base of the inside of the tower, and you don't find anything.
Unless it's a magic spell. I mean, unless.
Can you fly up to the ceiling and see if there's anything in the ceiling?
I absolutely can. I've got this funky cloak I'm wearing that allows me to do that. So I gotta see
In
now
the-
Book of bats.
again how
Dark,
it works. But let me
If you're
see
in
how it
D&D
works.
Beyond, you should just be able to click on it.
Yeah, I just have to get to the right page here.
Right.
Of the where there we go. Cloak of the Bat. Click on that. La 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 la. While wearing this cloak, you have advantage on dexterity checks. In an area of dim light or darkness, you can grip both edges of the cloak with both hands. Oh shoot. Can I only do that if I'm in dim light or darkness? In dim light or
You
darkness,
are
you-
technically in dim light
Oh, all right. Well,
in
then,
most
'cause
of the chamber because the only light that's coming in is coming through the doors.
through the door. Okay, I can.
So
use
we
it
could
to-
shut the door and then you would definitely be dim light. I mean, it.
Well, then you'd be in darkness.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
it
she's
says
got her-
dim light or darkness. I can use it to fly at a speed of 40 feet. If you ever fail to grip the cloak's edges while flying, or if you are no longer in dim light or darkness, you lose the flying speed. Oh, it says use the flying speed. So I'm still confused as to whether I can use it if I'm in the daylight and not.
You can't.
Okay, well, the cloak, while wearing the cloak in an area of dim light or darkness, you can use the action to cast polymorph on yourself. You transform into a bat. There we go. While you are in the form of the bat, you retain your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. The cloak can't be used again this way until the next dawn, so I can do it once a day. Okie dokie. Well, then, if we are in dim light, as the DM says we are, I guess I will, as the group has asked, I grip the edges of said cloak, and all of a sudden I become and start flying.
All right. So now you are airborne. What are you going to do?
I guess I'm going to fly up, and I'm going to see if there's anything up near the ceiling. I guess I'll check all around. I'll check kind of everywhere that I can as a bat up there. For as long as I'm up there, just check and look around and see what I see, because I don't lose anything, right? I retain the intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
You do.
So, I mean, nothing changes. So I'll just look and see if there's anything I can find
All right.
that looks out of the ordinary, or
Make an investigation check.
come on, big money, no whammies, and stop at an 18. 30.
30. You begin to the right of the door. You start looking at the walls closely up near the ceiling, and as you move along to the right-hand side of the tower, you pass by about the center of that eastern wall and are rather startled when a brightly glowing rune appears as you get close. So what do you do? Do you keep going?
Knew you were going to ask me that.
You are looking for a way to get up.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so again, I don't play a rogue, nor do I play a rogue, or say I even play a rogue.
Especially
Is a
not
rune?
as a bat.
Would that be something I would try to, if I were in my human form? Would that be something I would try to disengage? Would that? I mean, is that what you do with a rune? I'm not sure what you do with a rune, I guess, is what I'm asking. You can't-
You don't know. There are lots of different things that that
Yeah.
rune could possibly be,
That
and
rune
lots of
could be.
different reactions that would trigger it.
Do we see the rune glow?
Make a perception check. With advantage because it's dim light.
15. We do see it glow.
I'm waiting for the other two.
Oh.
$18.
Annette, did
Oh.
you roll perception?
$23.
Yeah. It lights up bright enough that all eyes in the room are drawn to it.
So I would say go around it, like to the left or the right. Well, because she was going whatever way to continue, and then
He was
also
headed
come down.
south along the eastern wall.
So to go across it to see if there's anything written inside, or to down, like in a column, to see if there's, you know, a way to. If you go up and press all the things.
Is there any wording on it, Jeff? Is it just a rune?
It's just a rune.
It's just a rune. There's no writing on it.
Nope.
Watch me go past it and have the fracking thing blow up. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if you have to step on it or.
Well, it's in the wall.
It's in the wall. So,
But it's in the wall, probably 6 inches from the corner with the ceiling.
Oh. Ooh. Each corner?
I'm obviously
like this corner. It's like right here, and this is the ceiling.
Okay, so yeah, and a column to the side of it and up or down from it, I would say to check.
So you want me to fly above it, below it, and to each side of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
North,
okay.
south, east, west.
All right. I do as they are asking of me.
All right.
F.
You fly to the left of it, to the right of it, what little room there is to fly above it, and you begin to fly downwards. And after you get about 3 feet away from it, it fades out.
Perhaps there needs to be more than one of us doing this.
What happens when I fly back to eye level with it?
It brightens right back up.
I go directly across the room from where the rune is, on the wall on the opposite side.
How
And
far
stand
away
close.
from the top of it is he?
About 6 inches from the ceiling.
Ooh, so we'd have to make.
I just need to be able to levitate.
I know, right? Like I can. How are the walls in here? Are they smooth, like completely smooth, or is it? Can I parkour up the top to try to?
You can try. It
I
will be
will
a
try.
disadvantage because it's rather decently worked stone, so there's really not much of a handhold.
Okay. Well, acrobatics. I got 19.
Okay. You get purchase for the first few feet, and then there's nothing to grab onto, and you slide back down.
Hit your furry little body against the. We've got a healer.
No,
I can
that's
cast.
not going to happen.
I can cast Misty Step and get up there. I just can't stay once I get there. I'll just fall. So I can get there for
Slap the
a
thing.
second and then. But I can only do it once. So.
Hmm.
Perhaps I should look.
Perhaps you should.
And you fly.
He begins to
You fly.
cast a spell, and then he walks over, places his hands on the wall and begins to pull himself up the wall.
Ooh, spider climb.
He gets to the top and sits there for a minute looking at the rune. And then he pulls a hand off the wall and reaches out and places his hand on the rune. And a spiral staircase fades into view.
Oh.
There we go. I listen. Do we hear anything from above?
You don't hear anything, but you also see that now there is a trap door visible at the top of the stairs.
Well, let's go check
where
that
are we?
out.
Small and fuzzy, we need you.
I head over to El Trapodoro, I guess. At this point, I guess, Jeff, I'm gonna turn back into a human.
Okay.
I think. I mean, even though then I will be done I will be done flying for the day. But that will be fine.
But it was very helpful.
I guess
Yeah.
it was, but I will fly. I will fly over to wherever this trapdoor is, and I will.
Well, you're done flying as a bat. You can still grip the cloak and fly just as yourself in dim light or darkness. That's a secondary power of the cloak.
Oh! So I don't necessarily need to turn into a bat. I can fly as a human?
Come on,
The problem
that was super
is-
exciting.
Freaky.
It
The
has to be in dim light.
The problem
Yeah.
is, though, is that you can't use your hands when you do
That's
that.
true.
They
You
have to grip the
the bat.
cloak.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
Ah, there we go. So, okay. But anyway, well, all right. It's good to know, though. So I am at this trapdoor, and I guess the first thing I'm going to have to do is probably check it for traps. I would guess.
All right. That would be an investigation check.
Yeah. Oh, man. It sucks. 17.
17. You look all around the latch and the hinges, and you are ready to declare that this is not trapped when at the last second your eye catches something in the latch glinting red. And you look in the latch, and oh, sure enough,
There.
there's a secondary trigger in there.
Oh, thank God. So I guess I have to disarm it?
Yep.
What is that?
That would be sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah, just so you know, the DC on detecting it was a 17.
Yeah.
Ooh, good job.
So it's a good thing I had a lot in investigation because I rolled a 5, but seeing as the investigation was 12, that got me there.
Yep.
That's better. 14 and 5 is going to be 19 for sleight of hand.
Whoop.
It takes you a couple minutes. This is intricate. But you believe that you have managed to disable the secondary latch.
Do I need to? I guess it's. I can probably tell that it's now unlocked.
Actually, it's
No. Still locked. All
it's
right,
still
then
locked.
I attempt to unlock it, which would be what?
That would also be sleight of hand.
Another sleight of hand.
Yep.
It's not going to be as good, but it's 15.
15. Again, you're about ready to call it and go, and then you hear a click.
Look at that! Look at that! And then I open the door.
All right. So, give me a moment.
Yep.
I have to open up the areas that you see. All right, so we're going to move to a different map now.
This just gives me flashbacks of iron golems and a floor that's magically charged, etc., etc.
Magically delicious. Oh, sorry.
All right. So what I need you to do is on roll 20, go grab your characters and put them on the map. They're all going to be on the stairs, so you need to figure out this is going to be single file. So
Chad,
obviously,
do you know how to do that?
Yeah. It's gonna probably take me. I mean, because we did it again when we did this for New Year's Eve, but that's been
it's
so
the
freaking long ago.
It's the icon on the right that looks a little bit like a newspaper.
Does it make sense
got
for me to go first? Do we have somebody who's more of a tank?
Well,
No, you're-
probably
Yeah,
probably you want to let the rogue go first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then
Okay.
Okay. I've got my character there now. How do I move it?
Just
Drag it
Drag
onto
it.
the map and then position it wherever you want it to be. Yeah. So move it over to the left. 1 square. There you go.
There I am.
That's America.
I'm in the lead spot for dying. All right.
They're 5 feet, right? Or 10 feet?
5 feet.
Are you gonna make them smaller? Or are they supposed to be that big?
They're supposed
Sorry.
to be that big.
Okay.
You take up a 5-foot section.
I
So
walk with my arms up.
yeah, because we need our personal space, right?
well,
My
it,
bubble.
it represents how in D&D reach for a standard weapon is 5 feet.
Got it.
So, all right.
I
And
can't get him how to go.
Click your name, not your icon.
Oh, thank you.
And then
Yeah.
drag.
It's the same thing. I'm like, why does it not go? It's the name.
Okay.
and just move yourself down onto that last bit of staircase.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfection.
So,
Nah.
you see, this is a 10-foot wide section. It extends about 30 feet in front of you. There is a dim glow emanating from the ceiling. It's not bright enough to be more than, dim light, but it is enough for you to see that there is a door on the left, and there are 2 statues at the end of the hall. Statues of, make a perception check. For Melerenn and Krishana, this would be at disadvantage because you're still on the stairs.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Ooh.
ask that. Oh, not horrible.
16.
Eh.
30-20.
Ooh, okay.
16.
Perception. 21.
Okay. Everyone sees that they're slightly bigger than sort of standard humanoid, but not much. Roslynn, however, is actually able to peer through the dim light and make out the faces, which are fanged and horrific and very alien looking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Before we enter the room, I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike,
Okay.
which doesn't do anything until I use my weapon. So it's a buff spell.
Okay.
Nice.
Are we ready to go?
And
First off, you said, buddy, you said, Jeff, that there is a dim light coming from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Can
it's
I tell
just
what's
like
causing it?
the
Is it-
ceiling itself seems to be glowing dimly.
Ah, okay. So there's not like anything up there, just other than it's glowing. Okay, got it.
Right.
Yeah. I guess without a lack of anything better, I'm gonna die probably, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna just, to let everybody start coming in, Jeff, I'm gonna move into the doorway and I'll move to the right. So I'll like move up.
Well, go ahead and move.
Yeah, so I'll
Move where you're going to go.
All right, in and then here. And then
Okay. And then
stop and
Roslynn, you're next on the stairs, so
I'm going right behind him.
all right.
Are we moving up the stairs? Is there
Move yourself wherever you want to go.
This is the top of the stairs, correct? So he
Yes.
just okay.
Okay.
Am I third?
Yes.
Okay.
And then that means that Krishana can move up behind you.
And Verrozz
Yep.
can move up.
Yes.
Got it.
So Annette, go ahead and move you.
There.
And
I'm gonna ask Verrozz if he can see the things from where he's at. The statues. Can he see the statues from where he's at?
oh, that's why I can't move him. I'm on the wrong icon. Okay.
I can kind of see
Um,
something. There he is.
Let's see. Because he'll be at disadvantage. Oh, probably not. No.
I'm gonna
He
explain
can't-
what they look like and ask if he's ever seen a creature like that. In his travels with his brother before.
We did not travel together.
Mm.
I know of many creatures that description matches. None of them good.
Awesome.
Goody! Just what I wanted to hear.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
so.
Don't help the hermit, they said.
So you said there was a door, right? Too, as well.
Yes.
A door off to the left.
Yes, there's a door 5 feet in front of where Roslynn is that leads, that opens to the left.
Okay. And just these, the only other thing in this room are these two statues staring us down.
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, folks,
It's been real.
We just
Yeah. what do you want to do?
shall we go together?
Yeah.
What the hell? Well, I mean, what's your plan here? But first off, I mean, I'm willing to follow you, but what's the plan?
There are 2 of them and 2 of us.
So you figure if we move forward and one of them starts, making hay, we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna pull my sword then, just to be
Same.
prepared. But what the hell? If she wants to move forward on the left-hand side, I'll move forward on the right-hand side. We'll go up to these things and see what happens. So Jeff, I hang on here. Something just happened on my page. All right, there we go. I step up to it.
All right. And let's see. Roslynn steps up as well.
And I always remember Mr. Miyagi. Eye contact. Making eye contact.
Hilarious.
Always make eye contact.
And as you step forward, the statues, which
Start to
are monochromatic, I mean, they're one color,
Pretty.
begin to shift.
Of course they do.
Shift to what?
Do we
Those
get
two
a
things.
surprise
Like they
round?
turned in. Looks like they turned into people, or something.
Do we get a surprise round?
You don't, because they attack immediately.
Oh, of course.
I cannot be surprised, just FYI, because of this fancy.
Well, You weren't surprised because you were
We were
ready
all
for
ready
something
it.
to happen, but I do need everyone to go ahead and roll an ish.
Humbug.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh.
If there's time for a 20, I'll take that.
I have advantage that I didn't know I had, but now I have advantage. 21 for me.
I rolled a 20, so it's 25 for me.
Oof.
I have a 13.
It's okay.
My initiative is 1.
I know, it's like, well,
How the hell are you getting 25?
how are we pulling up the back end? Because he's a rogue.
I don't know. My initiative is 5. My initiative is +5. I don't know. I must have gotten it somehow, but I don't remember why that ended up being a +5. But
You're a rogue. All the other numbers make up
It's
that.
because your dex is high.
Yeah.
maybe that could be. Yeah, my dex is
Why
high.
are you arguing with me?
I'll take your word for it. I still, after this long, I still don't know. You'd think I would have picked up more of it by now through this many years, but I honestly haven't.
Well,
Well,
that's
but
when you-
this is you haven't played 5th edition a lot.
Well, that's true.
So you ready for this? My
Yeah.
initiative 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
right,
just
let me
how
see.
they
Well,
roll.
at least you're not like that's what I was worried about. I was worried about rolling low. I'm face to face with this fracking thing. Oh, go ahead and hit me. What the hell? Why not? I'm not going to be able to do anything about it.
It's okay. Just ow, ow. All right,
No,
I'll
I'll
wait.
take that roll. I'll be the one standing here going, hit me.
Right.
All right.
Your mother sucks.
Your mother was a
Smells of
hamster and your
elderberry.
father smells of elderberries. Mm-hmm.
Well, Gavin, you get to go first.
Thank God. Well, I you know what? First off, I'm gonna turn this goddamn thing into a flaming sword, and then I'm gonna try to beat the piss out of whoever's standing in front of me, because if I'm gonna die, at least I'm gonna die getting some shots in. That's for sure. That is gonna be a 23.
On the one in front of you, yes.
Yes,
that
yeah,
will
I'm
hit.
Swinging on the one in front of me. All right, what? So 23 is a hit. So what do I got? 1d6 plus then the 1d6 plus 5 plus the flaming fucking.
Let's see. The creature in front of you is
Talk to me, Goose.
tall, slender, wearing a very oddly made but strangely functional set of plate armor in pieces. And in its hands is a wickedly curved silver greatsword.
Fantastic. All right, so 1d6. Yeah, that sucks. 7 initial points there. And then the 2d6 for the flame. 7 more. So 7 and 7.
All right. All right. Well, the creature hisses in pain and growls something out in a language you don't understand.
Are you sure? I understand some languages.
I'm pretty
I'll
sure.
take your word for it.
I'm pretty sure that you don't
I
speak
know
this
things.
one.
I know a few things.
I'm a thief. I know stuff.
I don't even remember what languages I speak, but I'm going to take your word for it that I probably don't know.
On the left-hand panels of your main page, it's saving throws, senses, and then proficiencies in language. It's at the very bottom of the far left column.
That is hilarious. Are you
Oh,
sure?
there we go.
I know stuff.
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Sylvan, or Thieves' Cant. Well, nope.
Yep.
I'm screwed, aren't
Nope,
I?
you don't understand any of what it's saying.
Hey.
But
Okay.
I mean, I can see that the strike I did made damage because they're making noise. I mean, but-
Yes.
okay, I'm just making sure that
Yes.
they're not doing anything magical, funky, or anything going on. Okay.
All right. Roslynn and
Looks like
Melerenn, What is your dex bonus?
75.
5.
Dex +3.
But it does say +3 on saves. And
Right,
+1 on saves.
I need to know your straight dex bonus.
+3.
Okay. Then Roslynn goes first, then Melerenn, then the one in front of Chad. All three go at 21.
I didn't have 21.
Oh, I thought you did.
rolled. No.
No, she got
What-
like a 13.
What did you get?
I think it was a 14,
Yeah.
I think. 14, I think. 14,
okay.
15.
All right, well
I was
then,
kind of trying to think that you got so high.
then Melerenn.
I know. I was like, hey,
You're up
I get to
next.
go. Wait.
She is currently in the way.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room to move around in here.
You're very athletic. Just parkour.
I literally thought about parkour, getting on his back and doing like a choke. Something or another.
Run right over my back.
I actually thought about binging off the side of
Just
the
run over me.
I like that idea.
Equipment. What do I got? What do I got? Let's see. I don't know what I can do. I'm going to I'm gonna okay. Is there enough room to slide in between them both? In between Gavin and Roslynn on the floor?
You would need to make an acrobatics check to do it.
I will do that. I'm gonna run and slide like into first base. What kind of check? I'm sorry, acrobatics?
Yes.
Come on, baby. Well, that's a 13 plus 7, so that's a dirty 20.
All right. Yeah, you are able to slide sort of into that space in between the four of them. So if you hold down the Alt key, you can move your icon without it snapping to the grid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
And are they both men?
The one on the left is female.
I nut punched the one on the right.
Okay, that's the one that attacked that
Chad.
Gavin, and they have exchanged blows. So
I slide in and I just
Just make sure you're not grazing me on the way by. Oh, drop the flame sword.
nope. I just tavern brawler striker, just unarmed strike.
okay. Go ahead and
That's
make your
all I
roll.
got. That's the only area I can work with. Are you crying? You're laughing so hard you're crying. It's the only area I
A
got to
little
work with.
Oh.
Well,
And she
you have
does the thing where she like
Yeah,
Yeah,
you haven't seen enough Critical Role yet to hear the Matt mantra of some dope monk shit.
Yeah, I get to do some dope monk shit.
Yep.
Bam! Just. It's all I got, man.
No, it's brilliant. I'm just, thinking about, what you could call this. If you could call this like some kind of nutsack knock, or
A slap shot? Just a flick. Oh. Oh. Nothing hurts worse, right? A punch or a flick. Okay. Yes. Anyhow, I punch. I punch. I rolled a hit, right?
Yep.
11 and 7 is 18.
That will just hit.
Ooh.
So it's cramped. You're basically having to sort of attack from your knees because there isn't room for you to stand. But you do manage to get a hit in.
Okay. 1d6 plus 3. Just do what I can from where I'm at. So 6 points of damage. It's not a whole lot, but
It seemed like
It's
6
something.
points of damage there might be a little different than 6 points of damage somewhere else.
Right.
So
we've been
Flurry of-
sensitive.
flurry of bows.
All right.
I'm gonna try. Actually, just punch once and then like whack whack.
Oh my god. Oh god.
You know what hit him?
The problem is the best you're doing is some basic impact damage because that's part of where the plate armor is.
Oh, well, okay. I would have found that on the first one.
Right. I mean, you're still doing damage, but it's basically just knocking the armor into the creature.
That's fine.
Is he got mail on his legs and over his knees and stuff?
Yes.
Dude. Get him in the ankles.
Right. Well, I was thinking I could try to take out a knee, but
Bite him. Bite him.
Oh my god.
okay.
Stab
I'm
him.
gonna do flurry of blows.
Stab him. Stab that fucker.
To I don't think I have anything that's
Well, your
Yeah,
your
because I-
hands are lethal weapons, so
I know, that's what I was just gonna say. I will do flurry of blows and do 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
So I'm rolling 2 natural 20.
Ooh, okay.
So a natural 20 plus 7, 27, and 14, which I know won't hit.
Right.
So natural 20. I don't remember what kind of damage that does, but
You roll your damage die twice and then add your bonuses.
okay. So I got 7, 2, and 5. Yeah.
All right.
2 and 5 plus 3 is 8.
And 7 plus 3 is 10.
7 plus 3 is 10. Sorry, my fault.
Yes.
I'm
So
looking at them wrong.
you punch the first time and you notice that there's just a little bit of give to the armor, and you manage to punch again with your flurry of blows and catch it right in the crease with your knuckles, and you see the creature grunt and like bend over a little bit in pain, and it's enough of a surprise that your next hit just kind of clangs off the armor.
Whoops.
The rain is coming.
But now
It
is its turn.
Who's the bigger threat now?
Oh no, it gets to attack twice. It's going to attack you once and Chad once.
Okay, that's fine. I can dig that.
Can you dig that? I knew that you could.
Let's see. It swings at Melerenn, but given that you are already down low, you just duck a little bit lower and it kind of whistles over your head. But as it comes back around, Gavin is not so lucky. As the backslash takes you right across the chest.
So rude.
For 18 points of slashing damage. And as the blade hits you, you feel this incredible sense of hatred and disgust flowing through the blade, and you take another 12 points of psychic damage.
Holy crap!
Rude.
So,
Do you remember how to track that?
No.
Okay. Where
I mean,
are your hit
I
points
see
at?
the hit points, but how do I deal with this psychic damage?
It's just the same damage, so
It's
it
just
was.
the same. Oh, all right.
Yeah, just
12 and-
put the number in and click damage.
Was it? How much was it?
18.
And 30.
and
It was
12.
30 total, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Youch. So 30 and then damage.
Yep, I got it.
Well, if it's any consolation, it rolled max damage on the physical attack.
That's ouch. That
Yep.
is me ouch.
All right. Next up is the other one.
She's your huckleberry.
Who is looking right at Roslynn with this look of disdain. And she says something in a language that you can't understand. And launches 2 punches directly at your face.
Oh, interesting. I'm intrigued. Dope monk shit, by the way.
The first one hits. The second one, however, is a little low and clangs off the armor. So the first one does 10 points of physical damage. And you too feel emotion coming through the hand that strikes you, except this emotion is disdain and disgust, almost as if you feel like this creature is pissed that it has to bother with you.
Nice.
And you take 17 points of damage
Rude.
Meow.
Total, or is that in addition?
in addition.
So 27 total?
Hey.
Oh.
Meow.
All right. But, Roslynn, it is now your turn, as well as
We do also have
Verrozz's
health-
turn.
We also have health potions too. I mean,
Right.
just as a reminder to everybody, I made sure we brought health potions.
Right.
Okay. So I am going to attack with my Sunblade.
All right.
Kick his ass.
Do you all have sunblade?
Kick his ass,
Oh,
Seabass. I got a flame. Mine's a
I was two of you do. That's
flame
pretty cool.
tongue
Well,
or something like that.
it might have something to do
Yeah.
with the fact that we are. I think Roz and I are both from worship the same goddess.
We do.
Got it.
Yes.
So that is a 26 to hit.
And you're hitting the one directly in front of you.
I am.
That will hit.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't really mean to do that. All right, so that's 11 points of radiant damage.
All right.
Well, it says 1d8 plus 4, 1d10 plus 4. Is that if I'm doing
One-handed
single
or one if you're doing one-handed or with both hands.
both hands?
Okay.
So let me do that again. Okay, so that is 11. It's still 11.
Okay.
11 points of radiant damage. Plus, because I cast that spell earlier,
Mm-hmm.
let me go back to the spell. Ensnaring Strike. The next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until the spell ends.
Nice.
All right. What is the DC?
That is a good question.
If you click on
Because
spells,
attack
it should be
save-
right up at the top.
Attack save is strength 15.
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, natural 1.
Ooh. And it says, when restrained by the spell, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns, and a creature that's restrained by the vines, or one that can touch the creature, can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC.
Okay.
That's pretty damn
All right.
fancy.
So it kind of is standing there, and it kind of goes and starts spitting angrily in its language. But
So does she
It-
get to, does she
But
get to take
It's
1d6
ensnared now?
at the start of its
at the
turn?
start of its turn, so the next time it goes, it will take the damage, and then it gets to make another save to try and break out of the vines.
But it's already ensnared, right?
Yes,
Okay.
It is currently ensnared.
Nice.
All right. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, good. Okay. Verrozz leaps up and around the central pillar and then moves over out of the way and begins casting.
Ooh.
And let's see. So for him, I will say that this is a disadvantage because she is. Well, I don't need to roll again. It completely failed that save. So you see him wave his hands, and his fingers begin to crackle with this yellow energy, and then he cups his hands together and goes like this, and an arc of lightning streaks out of his hands and strikes the creature in the vines.
Nice.
For I don't have
Strikes the
that many-
creatures in the vines. Like that almost sounds like a part of the body.
Oh man!
Kicked him in the vine. Kicked him right in the vines.
Man,
Not
he
the
nailed him
vines.
right in the vines. All right, so, and then oof. Okay, good rolls. The creature immediately is covered in arcing electricity and just throws its head back and screams as you see smoke starting to rise from the creature as it burns underneath Verrozz's electrical attack.
Nice.
Which brings us to Krishana.
Okay. I hold my wand of my war mage in my right hand, and I cast firebolt, and I shove it at the one that that Melerenn and Gavin are fighting.
Okay. All right, roll to hit.
Okay. A whopping 19.
That will hit. So go
Whoop,
ahead and roll
whoop.
damage.
$10 points.
10 points. You see it.
And then, as a bonus action, okay, go ahead.
Well, you see it take the impact and again grunt, and it's beginning to look worried.
Good.
It is also, both of them are bleeding. The one on the right is bleeding what appears to be some sort of dark blue liquid.
How much
one on
damage did you do?
10 points.
Nice.
The one on the left is leaking a dark green liquid from its wounds.
Sticker. And then as a bonus action, I cast Mass Healing Word.
All right.
Nice.
What do you roll for that?
1d4. I rolled a 3.
Let me find my... Oh, there it is. I'm like, where did it go? I got a 4.
Hey, Matt, so that is 13 points for all 3 of you. Back in the healing column.
Take
Right.
that. Thank you.
All right, which brings us
Gunny.
back to the top of the round and Gavin.
All right. Killy, killy, stab, stab. I'm gonna do 2. So I guess I gotta ask because again, I'm so totally confused by some of these things. So I've got this, nifty, fun feature that I've got here. It's a psychic feature
Mm-hmm.
where I can, because the flame tongue sword is a one-handed weapon,
Okay.
See?
and with my other, I have the psychic power where I can, a psychic blade, where in attack I can manifest another weapon in my other hand.
Right.
Can I do that and get 2 attacks, or do I have to just do one or the other?
You can. The second attack will you will do less damage because you won't be able to add your proficiency. You won't be able to add your strength bonus to the damage of the second attack.
Okay.
But you can make 2 attacks.
I can still make 2 attacks. I think I'm going to try that then, just to see what kind of fun things happen. So I'm going to hit with the sword first,
Okay.
and then the blade second. So, well, let's see if I actually hit first, because maybe I don't hit Squadoosh, and
Squadoosh.
you got a problem if we don't hit anything. What am I adding to this? I totally forgot now. I think by now I would know what this is.
I was gonna
Plus
say
9. There we go.
I was going to say, if you look under actions, it should tell you.
Yeah, it's a plus 9. I didn't remember off the top of my head. 20.
That will hit.
That will hit. So that's going to be, and I've got this, so 1d6 plus 5, and then 2d6 flame. So let's take the first one. That's 7. And then the flame is going to be another 6. So 13 total.
Okay.
And then with this other attack. Okay, so what do I roll? One? No, plus 9. Okay, same thing. Psychic Blades bonus attack. 17.
That will not hit.
Ooh, some bitch. All right, well, I tried.
Yep. You manifest the blade and swing, and you're still not completely sure about using that particular ability, and it swings about that much short of the creature.
Okay. Well, I gave her a shot. Came up short. All right.
Yep. All right. Melerenn. Melerenn.
Taking notes.
You're up.
Trying to get out how much everybody's getting in.
Okay.
All the hits.
All the hits
All the hits.
on one album.
Yeah.
You're listening to us all day long. It's KD&D. We've got all the hits.
Nice. I like it.
It's D&D, D&D Beyond. It's D&D.
Yeah, there you go. I am going to try it again.
Okay.
To hit them where it hurts, because that's literally the only space I've got.
All right.
Okay. I got dirty. 17? Nope, doesn't hit.
Right?
17 bounces off the armor, like glances
And
off the armor.
I'm gonna bonus action. Unarmed strike.
I keep forgetting I can do that. With a psychic ability, if I miss, I can re-roll. I gotta remember that.
There's a lot of things to remember sometimes.
Yeah.
I know. I'm still learning.
In 5th is hard sometimes. Unarmed strike, when you use the attack action with an unarmed strike, which is what I was, or a monk weapon. I didn't do that. You can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. So I'm going to take the unarmed strike and try to make a bonus action strike.
Okay.
Right? Isn't that how that goes?
Do you have to hit? I'm trying to remember. Do you have to actually connect with the attack in order to do that?
I think that's one of the key things.
Okay. All right.
Flurry of blows, patient defense, step of the wind, deflect missiles. Slow, extra attack. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
Yeah, that's just automatic. That's you get 2 attacks per round.
Oh, well
Regular.
Then I will take my second attack then.
Okay.
I did not know that. See, Chad, things I didn't know either because I
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
have
Oh, no,
necessarily
that's...
done flurry of blows. So
Yeah.
it's pop every time then.
Yeah.
That's why they say it, is because she can do it twice every
Yep.
time. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll.
Can it really be a flurry of blows if there's only one blow? Asking for a friend.
Fury of blow. It just really sounds wrong to say fury of blow, though. I mean, so...
Sounds dirty.
Yes. It sounds dirty.
Her name in Critical Role, her name is Bo
Can I get
Beauregard,
a-
so they always call it a flurry of bows.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It does sound kind of wrong, though. Can I get a fury of blow? Fury of blow, please.
Can I get a furious
no.
blow? Well, sure.
It's a new flavor at DQ, the blow flurry.
The blow flurry. You can guess what the special cream in that blow flurry is.
22, I'm just gonna ignore that.
There's blow pops in it.
Yeah, no. Well, kind of blow pops, if you know what I mean.
I know someone. His name is Pop. Never mind.
No,
22 to hit.
no.
Pardon?
22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Okay, yeah. Unarmed strike. 1d6 plus 3. Okay.
Yep.
Again, another 3, so 6.
All right.
6 to hit.
This creature is looking battered. Slashes
here.
and bruises. Blood is seeping from several wounds.
Blood galore.
I'm gonna save my key points for perhaps another fight later on today.
All right.
Potentially. Because, I mean, if he's close, then one of the next people should
Right.
get to him. Just saying. Foreshadowing.
He is, once again, it is the greatsword wielding creature's turn. And this time, he's focusing solely on Gavin.
Goody!
Let's see. The first swing, you are able to sort of leap back out of range of it. The second swing, on the other hand, does connect. So let's see. for 16 points of slashing damage.
Son of a bitch.
Thank goodness for that
And-
heal earlier.
You feel the hatred seep into you again for another 10 points of psychic damage.
God damn. Somebody better start healing me quick or it's gonna get ugly.
Did you get the healing that she gave you before?
Yeah, oh yeah, but I'm down now to about I'm down to about a third, little better than a third of my hit points.
Ooh. Alrighty then.
All right, so now the other one. Let's see. Actually, Roslynn, roll a d6.
Five.
5. All right. So the creature takes another 5 points of damage from the vines and
Way to
is
go.
struggling but cannot seem to break them. And
So
Roslynn, now it's your turn.
yeah, so they can't go.
Right.
No. Their round was
Good job,
trying
young
to
lady.
break
Good
out
job.
and missed the strength save by 2.
I stabbity them.
All right.
Let's see. That is 22 to hit.
That will hit.
And let's see. That's 10 points of radiant damage.
All right.
And then I'm just going to do that again.
Okay.
Let's see. That's 16 to hit.
Normally that would not hit, but because the creature is grappled and restrained, it does.
Cool. And that is 14 points of radiant damage.
This creature is looking even worse than its ally.
Ooh, good job.
And now it is Verrozz's turn. All right. Seeing as how this is going relatively well, he is simply going to cast Firebolt. And he is going to cast Firebolt at the one that is not restrained. And just misses.
Ew.
I missed by 1.
Okay.
All right.
What
Krishana.
happens?
How far away from me is Gavin?
Well, each square is 5 feet, so he's about 15, well, about 12 feet away.
Okay.
You could
So
move up and get within touching range.
So that's what I do. I move up and I get within touching range. And I cast Cure Wounds.
Come on,
All right.
now touch me.
Go
baby.
ahead and move yourself.
Do
Hold
you
on.
Gib slap him with the healing? There, have some healing.
Okay.
Ooh, where did you go?
I moved myself.
You went too far.
No, I did not.
You need to go diagonally to the left.
Like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
because you can't move into the same square where Verrozz is.
See, I thought I was moving not in the same square as Verrozz.
Oh,
So
no.
that-
You moved right up into him.
Okay. Am I still there?
No, you're where you need to be now.
See, that is so weird because from where I'm looking, I'm like, I can't see myself anymore because I'm in the same spot as Verrozz. So anyway,
You're good.
I cast Cure Wounds at second level, which is 2d8 plus 8.
2d8. Get the good dice out here. Ugh, you rolled better than I did.
Okay, so I rolled 13. So 13 plus 8 is 21.
All right. Gavin, you feel...
Nope. Yeah.
You feel a healing energy flowing back into your body. You feel some of your wounds closing. You get 21 hit points back.
21.
Yeah, that's good.
I hear Ricola, and I feel better.
Okay, and as a bonus action, I cast Spiritual Weapon. Does that mean that I can use that right now?
Yes.
Okay.
However, I won't be able to show it on the map because it would be over top of someone.
That's fine.
Because the only place to conjure it is sort of above everybody.
I rolled a dirty 21 to hit.
Okay.
And
what form does your spiritual weapon take? What does it look like?
Stop it, you. It takes the form of a mace.
Okay.
And
so you all see a glowing mace come into being above the two creatures.
And I rolled max damage, and I hit the one that is not restrained.
All right.
So that's 12 points.
All right. So describe for me what this looks like.
I raise my I raise my left hand because I still have the war mage or the war wand, in my right hand. I raise my left hand and I swing above my hand like I'm throwing a hammer, and I strike. And the mace hits him straight, like right between the eyes, and he falls.
And the blow caves in the creature's forehead. And sort of falls backwards and just slumps to the ground, head lolling to one side as it kind of just like... And it is seemingly past the point of feeling anything. All right, Melerenn.
Okay.
Or no, actually, no, we're back to the top of the order, so that would be Gavin.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I didn't think it was my turn, but...
Yeah.
And so the person in front of me is now Gonzo?
Yes. And the person on the other side is currently grappled and restrained, writhing inside vines.
And spitting curses that we can't understand.
Right.
24.
That will hit.
Cool. Ooh, and he rolls max damage. So 11 points on that one. And then another 5, so 16 total.
If you would, describe this death blow.
Describe this death for me. Take the sword, rise, bring it up over my head, swing down towards the neck, and catch him with a shot right in the neck.
Jimmy.
And the head goes flying through the air, smacking into Roslyn's breastplate before falling to the ground.
Sorry about that.
I just cleaned this.
My bad. That's my bad. You know,
I mean,
sometimes I don't even know my own strength.
gross. It's all slimy and green now.
I got guts on me now. What the hell am I supposed to do with that?
Yep.
Or else.
And with that, the creatures are both dead.
Much rejoicing.
And much rejoicing. Do we
Although-
loot the corpses?
It is a little bit gross because the vines continue trying to constrict, and so there's an enormous amount of blood coming out of the neck.
Well, yeah, but it was a flame sword. Didn't it cauterize? I mean, could I swipe through and then...
Didn't cauterize.
I like it.
Didn't
Here,
do enough
Nice.
flame damage.
Here, I'll go up with the flame and I'll hold
I
it to the
like
neck.
where you're
and-
going with that. That was good.
All right. Well, you
Yeah.
hear this sizzle and you smell this horrific smell of rancid, burning flesh.
Can you
but
smell what your sword is cooking?
It's not squirting anymore.
There you go. Well, at least I can't. There you go. I help you keep the blood from going everywhere anyway. So, do we want to loot corpses? I mean, I'm not a looting type
Yeah.
rogue. I mean, I'm more of a military type rogue, but I'm all up for, trying to find out what they've got and what we can take from them.
The important thing is to see if there's anything on them that can help us figure any of this out. Maybe there are
what I
clues.
figured. So I go up there to Mr. Headless.
All right.
figure-
Miss
While I've
Headless.
already, Miss Headless. I'm sorry, that was the female. My bad.
Yes.
I figure, I've kept her from bleeding all over the place, but now I'm gonna, loot the corpse. So,
All right. Make
Well,
an
they
investigation
also-
check.
They also might have healing potions too.
You never know. I investigate to the tune of a 28.
28. You find nothing. This creature had what it was wearing,
Wow.
and that's it.
Well,
Well, it was a statue, so I mean,
it was a statue. So yep. And the other one, let's go 21 for the other one. Anything?
21. You look at this strange plate armor that it was wearing. It's beat to hell, and it doesn't look like it would fit a normal creature. It's too narrow and too long for a human. The sword, on the other hand, looks quite nice. It is a silver greatsword.
Anybody want to detect magic to see if these things? Because I don't have that ability.
oh, I'm
Rem-
sure. It's,
Before that, I'd like to see if it might be perchance evil.
yeah, because it did some mean old.
Psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Do I detect evil?
You detect fading evil from the creature that was wielding the greatsword, but you do not detect any fading evil from the other creature, nor from the sword itself.
Not evil.
Excellent.
I
We will
pick.
keep the sword.
I grab the sword and pick it up.
It, you don't have a lot of experience with greatswords,
Okay.
but it seems well made and well balanced.
Yeah, because the sword I've got actually is a short sword. It's not a great sword.
Right?
It's a short sword.
Yeah,
so-
I don't know if you can use a greatsword.
It's a not so great sword.
Might be too tiny for a great sword, is what you're trying to say.
Well, no. What race are you?
Human.
But your proficiencies in that same
Right.
language box.
Yeah, you only have
Lucky.
proficiency with simple weapons, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. So no, you don't
So I just
know
saw
how to
great
use a
sword.
greatsword.
So a great sword would do me no good, but somebody might want it, I guess.
Well,
If-
I
Yeah.
asked our magical friend, is this sword magical?
Of
course it is.
I would prefer not to check for individual items, simply because we don't know what lies beyond this door.
Yeah.
So
Fair
I would
enough.
prefer to save my magics.
Okay.
But if we find enough things,
I guess
then I
we
will
just
certainly
hang on to
check.
it.
I can do that as well, but later.
Yeah, let's do it later then. Yeah, let's worry about the door then. So I guess I'm going up to the door. I saunter up to the door and check it
Oh.
for traps.
Hold.
Hold. I hear a
Before you-
hold.
Before you do that, how wounded are you?
I'm still down. Let's see. I'm still down 22 points.
And I'm still down 14.
Okay.
Wait. Can you quaff potions? How much does
Yeah.
potions do?
Oh, I do have a potion of healing, so we don't have to. I could just drink this.
I could.
I do have a greater potion of healing. I could drink it now, and then that way you're not using any.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. All right. 4d4 hit points.
+4.
Yeah, 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
I got to get a d4.
Which won't make you completely full, but it would save her healing in case we have a bigger fight.
Yeah. Best I could do is 20, but so it'd be better than where I'm currently sitting at the moment. There it is. That's
Wait, don't.
Big
What
guy
did
in
the
the
potion of healing that you have?
I have a greater potion of healing.
I have a superior potion of healing that is 8d4 plus 8. Do you want to take that one instead?
I'd save that for when
let's save that one for now. I think this 44 for now will be. I mean, again, it'll get me close enough. But I think
That's open the gullet of someone and pour it down kind of healing
Right.
potion.
Right. Okay.
Half of it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I got back 15, so
Okay. You're good. Okay.
I'm in pretty good shape.
Okay. I just, I
10
wouldn't be doing my job if I
10
didn't
plus 4.
check that first before we
14.
go about our business.
So that is now gone.
Wait a minute. What was it? What did you roll for that, Chad? Because I
14.
roll. No, and
Oh,
what
you-
die?
44. 44.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
4d4.
Plus 4. 44 plus 4.
I rolled a total of 11. Is that higher than what you rolled?
Yep, I got 10. So that
Okay,
gives me
so-
1 more point. I'll take it.
Yep.
Yep, I'm close. I'm not quite up to 100%, but
Okay.
I'm at 100%.
Okay.
I'm in the A range. This works for me.
Okay. All right.
All right,
Now
well,
you may check the door.
Now, I saunter up to the door Z and check it for Z.
All right. Why doesn't everybody move wherever they're going to be out of the way so that Gavin can get to the door?
Yeah, spread out. Give me some room. Where am I now? Am I now where Roslynn is?
Yep, Roslynn needs to move.
Isn't that where the door? Uh-oh, I lost myself.
Yeah.
No, you're underneath. It'll be okay.
Am I just
She'll move
underneath?
herself and
You're under Roslyn.
There
yeah.
I'm under Roslynn.
Wow.
All right. So you are now in front of the door.
I am now in front of the door, and I roll said die. And what is it? Sleight of hand? Is that what I'm doing?
What are you trying to do?
Check for traps.
Investigation.
Investigation.
good job.
One or the other. I knew it was. Wait, where'd I go? Wait, where? Ah! Hang on, I lost my character. Where'd my character go? Sons of bitches.
What are you looking for?
I'm just looking for. I must have somehow gotten out of the D&D beyond.
I got you. What are you looking for?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Investigation for that roll is going to be at 21. Great.
You do not believe that the door is trapped.
I don't believe the door is trapped.
I know. It doesn't make you feel better, does it?
No, it doesn't. I guess I'm going to try the door. Is it locked?
It is locked.
All right. Now it's sleight of hand.
Yes.
18.
This lock gives you some difficulty, but After a couple minutes, you manage to hear a very satisfying click.
So I open the door and blow my hand up.
Oh my goodness.
I think positively. All right. Well, I open the door.
All right. This relatively roomy chamber is covered in carpets, lit by a single candelabra along the southern wall, and sports half a dozen bookcases, all stuffed full of tomes, loose parchment, and scrolls of all shapes and sizes. At the far end of the room sits a desk covered in parchment, a single padded chair standing before it. And you will be able to enter the room and begin the rest of your investigation after we take a break.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right after this break.
Yep. So we'll be back in 15. Stick around. And welcome back, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. Have to remember that, everybody playing this game is human, and we humans need to take breaks periodically for
Indeed.
things we have no control over, really. So
Yeah, sometimes you gotta pee,
Yep. That's
and
pretty
if
much
you
it.
don't like it, too bad.
Yeah, if you don't like it, are you human?
That's a good point.
Because you do too.
I mean, I've read Everybody Poops. That I've read that. So
I've heard that. Yeah. All right. So
Everybody Poops. It's a book. I don't know. Krishana's giving me a real weird look, so I just wanted to make sure.
Check it out at your local library if you're.
Check it out.
Yeah,
Just go to your local library and just walk in and go, Everybody Poops, and see what happens.
They'll hand it to you.
All right. So you have opened the door here on the second level of the tower and had discovered what looks to be some sort of library. You do notice that there is another door off to the left.
Up there it is. I see it. Okay. Before I step in, which I'm debating about doing, but I'm gonna ask Verrozz, have you ever seen any of that? I mean, were you and your brother? I know you didn't like one another, but have you seen this area of his house before?
I have been to this room. This was
Okay.
as far into his tower as he would allow me.
If the rugs, are they regular rugs? I mean, do you know if they're like magical? If I like walk on them, am I gonna die or?
I have walked upon them with no effect, but I do know that magic can be tuned to individuals. For example, the statues never attacked me.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. I am going to, Jeff, step. But yeah, I'm not gonna step on these rugs. I don't trust rugs. It's we've come to this in the world where you can't trust a rug. Okay, that's just all I'm saying. But anyway, I am gonna step. I notice though the rugs don't sort of completely cover the room. There is openings on both sides.
Right.
I am going to walk into the room, basically then go left, but stay off of the rug and work my way walking down towards the desk end of the table, of the room.
Okay.
So
All right.
basically what?
So you're going to go in and drop down.
Yep.
And go along the left side of the rugs.
Yep. Basically, and work my way all the way, basically from the corner I'm in now, up towards the desk.
Okay. Well, go ahead and put yourself where you end up. And remember, if you hold down the Alt key when you move your icon, it will not snap to the grid, so you can have a little bit more control over where it ends up.
So I have to hit Alt and
Yeah, just hold Alt down and then move your icon.
then Am I eventually? I would like to be right about there.
Okay.
Right in that ballparkish neighborhood.
All right. Where is everybody else going?
I feel like I don't want to sully up the room a lot. Is Verrozz staying back here in the ante room?
No. Oop. Wrong icon again. He walks in and walks right
He
to the middle of the
doesn't
carpet.
care anyway. He hates his brother. He's like, fuck this guy. If I sully up the rug, I don't care. It's not like I give a darn.
I walk along the outside of the room on the opposite side.
Okay.
Again, staying away from the rugs.
We have no trust in these rugs at all.
Rugs, chests,
I trust nothing.
Draperies. Remember tapestries?
Tapestries.
Yeah.
That's
Virgin.
one thing you don't see any of. There's nothing on the walls.
Maybe you should check for runes again.
Is this what was I gonna ask? I was gonna ask a question. Hang on. Dimly lit? Are we still in a dimly lit room?
No, this
No.
room is actually brightly lit. Right here, this is a candelabra that is illuminating the entire chamber.
Liberace's in the middle of the room. Anyway,
I wish my brother George was here.
Oh my god.
for those of you that are listening that are too young, Google it. Anyway, okay. So it's fairly well lit because there's a candelabra and it is okay.
Yep.
And then Roslynn asked me about runes.
And Krishana,
So-
where are you going to be?
Oh yeah, better. Krishana, you want to come in the room and join us?
I mean,
Come on in. It's a party. There's cookies and lemonade.
Really?
Oh.
I do like cookies.
Who doesn't like cookies? Come on.
I'll be right here.
Okay.
How tall is this room up to the ceiling?
The ceilings are 20 feet.
So still a lot of tower above us.
Still a lot of tower above us. And in this room I can't fly because it's got to be dim light or darkness.
Correct.
So we're gonna have to do more just sight-based looking around up high.
Verrozz can spider climb though again.
Yeah, Verrozz
And
could
there's a
spider
door.
climb. But I guess
also put out the candelabra.
I suppose we could.
Well,
I don't
except
know
that
how
it's not flame.
It's magical.
It's magical radiance.
Can we toss it down the spiral staircase? I'm just saying. Thunk, 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 thunk.
Well, I
let's
suppose
do our
we could
searching
take
of
it.
this room first.
We could take it out of the room, but yeah, let's search the room first. It might be a little easier. So I'm gonna start looking along the walls again, Jeff, for I don't know a rune, something magic. I just start looking along the walls. I'm not touching anything. I'm not touching anything.
Right? Visual inspection only. Got it.
Just visual. Let's go with that. Visual inspection only. And we're going to be visually inspecting on a score of 24, sir.
You don't find anything apart from stone walls.
That sucks.
I skim the titles of the books to see if there's anything there that might give away a secret door, secret room, secret stairs, anything like that.
Which bookcase are you looking at?
The one that I'm standing nearest.
Okay, so top left.
Also,
All right.
I am in front of a door, just FYI.
Right.
So
Roslynn, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm looking for anything that would indicate a book that pulls out, or if a scrape on the floor that indicates a moving bookshelf. I'm a suspicious person. You said investigation?
Yes.
18. I rolled.
You look all around the bookcase. There's no marks on the floor that indicate that it's been moved anytime recently. As you look through the bookcase, it's mostly histories. There is one title that catches your eye. On the spine, it says Magic in Aecathan, a History.
Is it evil?
No.
Okay. Then I take the book and start to flip through it.
All right. It is pretty technical. It's something that an arcane spellcaster would get more out of, but it seems to explore the history of magic, including some legends from before the Shattering.
Does it say anything about time, like being in a different time, or smudgy people, or anything?
How much time do you want to take looking through the book?
I want to concentrate, and I mean, people are investigating the rest of the room, so while they're doing that, I'm gonna hunker down with this book.
All right. Go ahead and let's see. Just give me give me an investigation check.
19. So let's
19.
see. Yeah, 19.
Okay. You don't find any mention of chronurgy in the book, nor do you find any anything that sounds like the creature that you saw. But this does seem to be a fairly decent history book about magic and, general spellcasting throughout the ages.
Well, I offer it to our magical friend and say, is there anything in here that you think might be useful to us?
So he moves up and takes it from you and begins to leaf through it. I have a copy of this myself. It's difficult to tell what is fact and what is legend. But some of it is useful, and some of it is entertaining.
Are there any legends that would describe the creature we've seen or the things that we've been experiencing in this town?
Oh, that's right. I'm using this one. Nothing that springs to mind. But I will think on it.
Okay.
What else is in the room?
Like I said, there are several bookcases. There's the candelabra. There's the desk at the end of the room that is literally covered in sheets of parchment.
I was going to start looking through that, Jeff.
Okay.
Start looking through the parchment. So once I find what I've done with my dice here.
All right. I need you to make an Arcana check.
Ooh, Arcana, you say? Well, not as high as investigation, but I did roll fairly well. So let's hope that that's a helpful tool there. That's going to be a 22.
All right. As you start to look at the various sheets of parchment, you realize that there's a story here. I mean, clearly these are notes that Tozak was making about his studies, but they're in no kind of order. And most of what he's talking about, you can't make heads or tails of. So you realize that this is probably a little out of your depth in terms of trying to put it all together to figure out what it tells.
Would Verrozz maybe know? I guess I call him over and say, this looks like something your brother was writing. Can you make heads or tails out of it?
I don't know that I'm comfortable looking into my brother's private notes.
Even if it helps us figure out how we bring him back? Or if he was behind this?
Until I am certain that he is in fact gone. Yes.
Do you want
But I
us to-
do not. I will not gainsay you the right to look through them. You do not have the same prickly relationship that I do.
So you wouldn't have a problem if I took these with me and explored them maybe at another time and
No.
Okay.
But Chad, you do realize that you don't have the experience in magic.
Yeah, so I'm not
to
gonna
make heads or tails of this. It needs somebody with at least some relative experience with arcane magic.
I'm just wondering
Which is only, like, none of us have except for this guy.
Right.
Yeah. So do I just leave it, or you think I should take it with us?
You can take it with you because, worst case scenario, when you get back to Glamaruth, there's dozens
There
of
might be
people that
somebody
could
there
figure
who
this
could,
out.
yeah. All right, then I'm gonna put him in my pack, and I'm gonna take it with
Okay.
me.
All right.
So,
All
I
right.
guess after discussion.
Yeah, and there are, of course, the other 5 bookcases, and there's the door out of this room.
Since
Well,
I
I was
finished
just-
this one, I'll go to the next bookcase to my right.
Okay.
Well,
What side of the room are you working down here? Okay.
I'll get this bookcase that I'm standing on top of.
All right.
I'll go.
I'm by a bookcase too.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I will
Uh-huh.
look through that.
Okay, so let's go in order of who I heard. So, Roslyn.
Is there
if-
just one bookcase left then, Jeff, or is there 2?
Yeah, there's one,
Just the one between.
Roslyn and
Okay.
Krishana, yes.
All right, I'll look at that.
Or
one,
no,
but I'll-
there was one right by you where you were.
That's what I thought. I thought this
Yeah.
one right here looked like. I'll search this one then by over
Nope.
here.
Down. That one, yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I could search that one too.
Because Roslyn already looked at the one that's top left.
Got it. All right.
All right, so Roslyn, if you would, make an investigation check.
Um, 8. I did not roll well.
Yeah, nothing on this shelf seems to catch your eye as being worth poking at. It all seems pretty dry and technical. Melerenn, make an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Wow.
22. My investigation is pretty low.
You look around the shelves and there is one tome that the name on the spine actually seems to have some wear on it, which to you translates into it has been held in a hand a lot. You pull it out, open it up. You see that it's called Befuddling Your Enemies Illusion Spells. The author's name is Cedric Rutherford. Do you look through the book?
Befuddling your enemies.
Illusion spells.
Mm. Yes.
All right. If you would, make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, phew. Arcana check's much better than a save. Natty 1.
Oh, yeah.
So 3. I look through it and I'm like, I don't know. And I
You-
hand it back to somebody.
You look through this, and immediately you're like, oh my god. Oh my god, I have to rethink everything I thought I knew about illusions. Because this book basically explains that illusions are conjured shadows of reality that can, if the correct forces are applied, become truly real. And as it begins to discuss all the various illusion spells, each spell is treated as simply the first step to creating new reality.
Am I reading that specifically? I got a 1, right?
Yeah.
So I would have been a 3. Okay, so
Yeah.
there's no.
So you
So
are
when
reading.
I say that,
You are reading that, and you're just like, holy crap.
so I hand that to Verrozz and I say, this seems pretty important.
And he takes the book, looks at it, gets this look on his face, and literally tosses it over his shoulder.
Because it was befuddling me because I couldn't read it.
Rutherford is an idiot. He believes that illusions are partly real and can be made real, and that is absolutely antithetical to anyone who studies illusory magic.
Isn't that kind of what we're dealing with, though?
How so?
The fact that they're not actually here, but they are, and the illusion of them is, I don't know, I'm just a monk and I walk away.
I believe that they are here at all times. They're simply not visible in the light. They seem unable to manifest or move in the light.
I
But
just shrug again.
They
and I was
they can be seen with a detect magic spell, even in the light.
I just shrug again and I say, monk.
Rutherford is an idiot. If you remember nothing else, remember that.
Okay.
Would this be one of the things that you and your brother argued about?
Of many. He thought Rutherford perhaps was on to some hidden truth about illusion magic.
Good. What's being done here? An illusion spell?
The book is well worn.
Yes, he loved this idea.
And maybe there's something in that book? I mean...
Is it possible that he tried to prove you wrong?
Yeah, I mean, Rutherford may have been an idiot, but...
Yeah, anything is possible.
Could your brother have gone far enough that... I'd say it doesn't hurt to probably take the book with us, maybe, and just...
Feel free.
Yeah,
if nothing else, you can start fires with it.
Exactly. If nothing else, we can burn it. I'm with you. I'm with you, Verrozz, but right now you never know. Any port in a storm.
All right, Gavin, go ahead and make an investigation check.
That's hilarious.
25.
You scan the shelves and your eye immediately catches on a book entitled Beneath the Escarpment, A Brief History of Daka.
I'm intrigued.
The author's name is Bradford Loxon.
Ooh, sounds swanky. I take the book off the shelf.
All right.
And I open it up.
Okay. Do you begin to look through it?
Yeah, what the hell? Everybody else is. I might as well look like I'm smart enough to figure something out.
Well, this is a straight history, and it talks about the founding of Daka in 975 PD, which you think for a moment and realize is only a year or two after the shattering. And as you quickly sort of skim through the pages, you realize that this history covers the town from that point up until about 20 years ago, right around the time that the last mayor retired and the town chose to move to a council government instead of a mayor. But you notice that one of the things it talks about in the beginning of the history is that it talks about an unusually large group of explorers founding the town in a relatively short amount of time, and how there has been a tradition handed down from generation to generation that family names of the original settlers and their children keep cropping up through the generations. It also includes a sketch of a map of Daka from almost 100 years ago that is remarkably similar to the way the town is currently laid out. It doesn't look like the physical layout of the town has changed much over a century.
How old is Verrozz? Can I ask you how old are you?
Hold please. I have been alive for 31 years.
And have you always lived in this area? Have you always lived in the area of Daka?
I was raised in Daka.
So I found a map in this book from about 100 years ago. And the weird thing is the physical layout of the town has not changed a bit in 100 years. Would that surprise you at all? I mean, I know you obviously have only been here but about a third of that time, but
given how this town cherishes its history, I would not say that would be surprising.
if they cherish their history so much, why is it 20 years ago they went from a mayor to a council?
This story I do know, because the mayor was elected because he was popular, but he was a very bad choice of a leader.
What did he do?
He played very fast and loose with the town's finances. And it was decided that the citizens were no longer willing to trust a single individual with the welfare of the entire community.
What happened to that mayor?
He died. As it
By
turned
the
out,
hands of the townsfolk, or
by his own vices. As it turned out, he was spending most of the money he was stealing on alcohol. And he died poorly.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I think this is another. My backpack is like, weighing down now, but I think I'm gonna take this with me, Jeff, because it seems like it might be something. I don't know. If anything,
have members of the council changed in that time?
Some.
Have any of them
retire? Others step in to fill their places.
Anybody ever been kicked off the council in anger?
Not that I recall. But remember, for the last, over a decade, I have lived apart.
Okay.
And why do you live apart? Is it because of your fights with your brother?
Yes. He is the town's resident mage, as he has chosen to be such. And as such, anything I would say or do, the citizens would automatically turn to him to ask advice, or whether they should allow such a thing.
Did you have a job in town before you left?
I did. At that point, we had no representative of Verrozz living in town, so my job was to see to those who died and see that they were made ready for passage into the next world.
Mm.
Okay. Undertaker.
And who would have taken over that responsibility once you left?
A cleric of Verrozz chose to settle here and built a temple, and then my services were no longer needed. Which was fine. It meant less trips into town and less chances of encountering Tozak. Tozak, sorry. See, I can't even remember the name.
And you're his own brother.
Well, that's Jeff who can't remember it, not
I
Verrozz.
know. I'm kidding. So what did you ever hear anything of this cleric that took over your job? Good,
Yes.
bad, otherwise?
He was well respected by the community.
And so there is a temple in this town to that,
I'm looking.
to the
There
god
is.
that you mentioned. That I don't remember, starting with an F, I do believe, but
There wasn't a temple per se, but he became the go-to person. He would handle all of the religious rites for funerals and for preparing the body for internment. And
okay. All right. Well, again, this book's going in the bag with me. So, are we going through this door, folks?
Well,
I would
hold
assume
on.
we are, but
hold on.
Oh.
Um,
hold.
Yep.
There's still something needs.
Krishana is looking at a bookcase as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sorry,
go
I thought
ahead
you had already
and
done everybody.
make
My
an
bad.
investigation check, please.
Mm-hmm. 19.
19. You see that on this particular shelf, it almost seems like this shelf is dedicated to lore and mythology. And the one book that stands out because it's larger and shinier than the rest is a book called Heroic Stories of the Human Race.
Okay. I read through that for a little bit.
This book contains tales so tall you could use them with a ladder.
Gilgamesh and the lot.
Yeah, great and improbable stories of heroics are proclaimed in glorious, sometimes even bombastic detail. As you look through it, the only story that strikes you as truly unusual is there's a story about a great sorcerer who sacrificed his life to save his entire village by moving them to a point in time where whatever threat they were facing didn't exist. You also note it's the only story in the book that has an uncertain ending, not a storybook happy ending, as the townsfolk are not terribly happy at his solution because apparently they are moved to a time where their village doesn't exist. And so they are safe, but then they have to rebuild the entirety of their village.
Space-time continuum, kind of funky.
Okay. I show this to the hermit.
It is interesting, though.
And I say,
We were read stories from this book as children.
Hmm.
did your brother favor this story?
My brother did not favor any stories from this particular book, as they are all about humans,
Oh, I see.
and as such
And
would
why
not
is it
be...
in his library?
I do not know.
I'm just saying, he must have thought something of it to have it in his library, or somebody else put it in here, but that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense either. I mean,
Maybe he figured he'd fare better than a human.
That sounds like my brother. Tozak was overly certain of his abilities.
I'd like to investigate the bookshelf that I was looking at more carefully, since it seems like maybe I didn't do as thorough a job last time.
Okay. You can look again. The DC will be higher.
Okay. Natural 20.
Natty
Well-
cracking.
For a total score of
20.
20. You very thoroughly examine the contents of this bookcase, but don't find anything else of note.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's one
So-
bookcase left that no one has looked at, and there's the door.
And the candelabra,
Right.
right?
So,
I'll check the last bookcase. I'm fine with
Okay.
that. I got nothing better to do. I got time.
I'll check the candelabra.
All right.
My investigation going to be 22, sir.
22. You find a book that seems to have not been put away very tightly. It's sticking out beyond all the rest of them. It's a book entitled A Projector's Guide to the Astral Plane.
Oh, that's cool.
And I open it and flip through some pages. What do I find out about the astral plane?
You see there's very technical descriptions of the plane itself, but once you get beyond that, there are actually sketches in the book of creatures that call the astral plane home.
Do they look anything like something we've seen already?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of got
You
the
find
feeling.
a sketch that looks very much like the female creature who was a statue. And then a little bit further on, you find another sketch that looks very much like the male creature that came to life and fought you. The female creature is a species called Githzeri, and the male creature is a species called Githyanki. They both live in the astral plane and are at eternal war between their species.
They're at eternal war with each other, but they
Yeah.
decided to fight us when they came.
well, they were probably,
Enslaved into statue.
yeah.
I'm sure they probably were.
But this might explain why they were so disgusted,
Yeah, probably.
maybe to be fighting together.
Get Zari and get Yonki.
Mhm.
Such names, Jeffrey. Such...
These are in the book. I didn't
Yeah.
make these up.
No, okay.
Those are in the monster manual.
Super cool though.
Though they've been around since like first edition.
Well, I obviously I show everybody. I'm like, you know, when I see these pictures, I'm like, hey, does this look familiar? What about this one? You know, so I show everybody obviously that, you know, this book obviously has something there.
And Verrozz says, "Do you mind if I look through that?"
Absolutely.
So he begins paging
my
through
guest.
it. The candelabra is made from polished brass, and there are motes of light hovering over the holders that would normally have candles. And the motes move with the candelabra as it moves. Other than that, there's nothing remarkable about it.
How big is it? Is it like floor?
It's a standing candelabra.
Oh,
It's like
it's like take that with
six.
us.
It's
It
like
was a-
6 feet high and about 4 feet wide.
But I could lift it.
Yeah, but it's heavy.
All right. So, Gavin, would you like me to carry this out of the room so that you can investigate the walls for runes?
There's a door. Don't forget there's a door.
Definitely try. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely try. I'm up for trying anything.
All right. So I pick it up and start to walk down the spiral staircase with it. Just kind of stick it down under the opening of the stairwell, so I don't have to go all the way down the stairs.
Okay.
Does that dim the room enough?
Oh yeah, it's almost pitch black.
I guess then what she wants me to probably do is start flying again and look up around the top part of the place near the ceiling, like in that outer
All right.
area to see if there's any runes. So
Does
I
the
grab.
cloak give you the ability to see in the dark?
I want to say it did, but now that you say that, I have to look to make sure because
We don't know.
I don't know. I don't know completely. In the dim light or darkness, you can grip the edges. While wearing the cloak, no, I guess it does. No, it doesn't.
All right. So
I had some. I thought, hang on. I'm gonna just give me a second here to do a quick look.
Like a little bunny.
in and out, like a duck mating. Right.
Something like that. Make a text saving throw. Nope, that doesn't do any good. You have 8 psionic energy dice. They're fuel for various psionic powers. That does.
I think I'm the only one out of all of us that has dark vision.
Sneak
Nope,
attack.
I
Nope, that's a lie. You do also.
No, I guess not. I thought there was something there, but I'm not seeing anything. So let's just probably assume, Jeff, that there is that I do not have a way to see into the darkness.
All right. Well, then you can still go ahead and do your checks, but they will be at disadvantage.
Is it disadvantage? So I have to roll twice and take the lower,
Correct.
right? So and it's an investigation. Is that what I'm doing?
Yes.
All right. So at least I still get the plus 12. Fortunately, I have to take the lower number. That lower number there will be an even dirty 20.
Okay. You grip the edges of your cloak and begin to move them slightly and rise into the air and begin to skirt the circumference of the room above everyone else's heads. You don't notice anything else, and no glowing runes appear.
I land back on the ground and I say, nothing Nothing there. Nothing that I could see anyway.
Okay, I bring the candelabra back into the room.
Okay.
And put it back where it was. Shall we try the door?
I think that's an excellent idea.
I think that's probably our next best way to go. So I guess I'm going to walk up to the door now, Jeff. And I'm going to check it for traps. 29.
29. You are pretty sure there's no traps on this door.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Yeah, right. I rolled that. That's great. 14 to unlock it.
It wasn't locked.
Oh. Yes, this door wasn't locked. My bad.
Just wave your hands and be like, look how easily I opened it.
Exactly. Just to make it look good. Look at that. Look at these hands. Anyway.
So talented.
I open the door.
All right. Hold on, I will have to.
Ooh.
Move the image down here.
Yeah, that's right. Now I gotta go downstairs.
This chamber is rather large, cold, and dark.
Cold.
There are no carpets on the hexagonal stone floors.
I see dead people.
Along the west wall stands an altar, replete with religious iconography, and beside it, on the floor, is an intricate double hexagon engraved into the chamber floor and filled with some sort of sparkling gold and red dust.
Looks like the one downstairs or not? I mean,
No.
not the same. I
No.
mean, because it's not the same design, obviously. But I was wondering if, like, the dust does that look? I mean, I'm not in the room. I'm just looking from the doorway, but
From the doorway, you can't tell.
can't tell. Got it.
On the eastern wall, just inside the door, there is a large cauldron. Standing above a cold brazier. And at the far end of the room, you see a fireplace, empty and dark. You can also vaguely spot two doors. One about 3/4 of the way down the eastern wall, and another all the way down the western wall.
If you're gonna go in that room, take the candelabra. Move that puppy inside the room.
Is this room dark, Jeff?
Yes.
Okay, you may have said that, and I just didn't. Okay. Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt. I don't think I'd want to go in this room.
I'll bring it since I've
Yeah.
been carrying it around anyway.
In fact, if you
It'll be
want,
your huckleberry.
I mean, yeah, I'll step aside the doorway if you want to go through first with the candelabra.
Sure.
Your call, but go ahead.
I go through the door.
I mean, and I can.
Candelabra.
Let's see. Hold on for a moment. I may be able to help with this on the map, but I have to check. Nope, that's not it. All right, we'll just have to imagine the candelabras there.
Imagine, if you will, a candelabra.
So, all right. So you carry the candelabra in. Where do you sit it down?
I walk through the doorway and I have it in my right hand and I just place it to my right. So it's
Okay.
between me and whatever that big object in the corner.
The altar.
Yes, the altar.
Okay.
Well, I didn't put
Altar
it in
to
the
what?
altar. I put it next to the altar, not
Right.
in or on.
Understood.
It is adjacent.
On the floor
adjacent.
somewhere.
Altar adjacent.
Roslynn, from where you're standing, once the candelabra is in the room, you glance at the cauldron and you can see that it looks like it's empty, but the inside of it is tinted sort of a dark green.
I wonder what nastiness brewed in here. Can I see anything else about it? Is there a smell or?
Make a perception check.
Make a perception check. 19.
Not really. The whole room has a smell of a faint smell of incense, but beyond that, you're not getting much.
Okay. And can I see anything about the altar now that I have the candelabra in the room?
Make a religion check.
Uh, 13.
13. It takes you a minute to recall because this was something you studied back when you were training. But you recall this is actually an altar dedicated to one of the gods of neutrality. It's dedicated to the goddess Oaris, who is the goddess of magic.
Okay. Well, I will walk further into the room so that everyone else can join.
All right.
Yeah, right behind her. So I'm here. We go. Do. This funky thing drawn on the ground catches my eye. I want to go over here and inspect with my eyes.
Where am I?
What is that thing on the floor?
Here.
You are off the page.
Allow me
love.
to open that up for a moment so you can
Whoa.
see where you are.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa, where'd she go?
I don't know. I thought I was bringing myself, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah, and you just did it again.
She's roaming.
Yeah, but she's roaming out in 40 feet above the ground in midair. So
Well,
hold on, I'm bringing you back over.
Thanks.
Hopefully you can still move you.
No.
My God, people, what have we done here?
Okay.
she's under a spell. She keeps being ejected from the tower.
God damn it. I'm not doing anything. I just want you to make that. I want to make that perfectly clear.
All right. Okay. There we go.
No, I did that.
Yes, I know. I just got rid of all the other icons that you keep adding to the desktop.
Because it keeps disappearing.
Yeah, because you're leaving the visible portion of the map.
I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to move it and whenever I move it, it goes away.
All right, you two, you're both pretty. Knock it off.
So I don't know what to do.
Jeff will have to move it for you.
Go ahead
Okay.
and move it back onto the, like, pull it back into the visible portion of the map. Put it back in the top room somewhere.
From where?
From the menu where you added it to the map originally.
Okay.
Okay. So, is that where you want to go?
I don't understand.
You can always close out of Roll20 and open it up again. That might help too.
Okay.
Yeah, give that a shot. All right, well, I'm going to say that she moves there just so that we can get Verrozz in the room as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Okay, so, Gavin, you are standing next to this inscribed circle on the floor.
Yes. Curious about the inscribed circle on the floor.
Okay.
Curiosity caught me, but obviously, like I said, I was just looking, kind of to see. It's not drawn, obviously, is this with using the same as what is downstairs in terms of that.
Downstairs was black and red dust. This is gold and red dust.
Okay.
If you want, you can make a straight investigation check to try and determine what the substances are.
22.
It looks like gold dust and ground ruby.
Ooh, wow, that's a. I asked Verrozz.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I look at Verrozz and go, any reason why your brother would have gold dust and ground ruby
He
to make this?
sidles past you and comes down here to look at it.
That does not sound like a good sign.
I knew he was reckless, but this is beyond the pale.
Yeah, it's gold. Anyway.
And Ruby.
This
What's your brother doing?
summoning abyssal creatures and
Oh.
infernal creatures.
Oh, I like the sounds of
This
this already.
is designed specifically to hold such summoned creatures and prohibit them from going anywhere else on this plane.
So potentially the two Githzari and Githyanki, he could keep them there, turn them into statues, and put them.
No, they are not infernal or abyssal.
Oh,
They are
different. okay.
astral.
Got it.
Does that mean that there could be
Infernal
infernal
creatures
just
Demons
roaming
or
about?
devils. Yes.
roaming around this town, or more importantly, this house that we're in?
I would hope that this summoning circle was designed correctly, and as such, nothing summoned was able to escape it. But knowing my brother, there is always the possibility for error.
Ooh.
Is there any way to tell, Jeff, if somebody would have escaped this circle?
Make an Arcana check.
Hell, maybe I'll get lucky like the last time. Roll high. And then again, maybe I'll roll that. Yeah, 10.
You haven't got a clue. This is magic
didn't
so
think so. I didn't
high over your head that your nose may start to bleed.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured when I rolled that low. I kind of figured so.
Yeah.
All right. Another question, because I'm just an idiot human rogue. Could a infernal creature, whatever, could they have done to the town what is being done to the town if they had gotten out of this circle?
Make a religion check.
little better at religion. Oh, that's not a bad roll. 25.
25. You recall from your studies, because, being a rogue and knowing about the different religions in the world, that's kind of a safe thing. So you know who to cross and who not to cross. But
yeah, I like
everything.
that,
Everything that you've read, it would take a creature on the level of a demigod to be able to do something like this as quickly as it appears this was done. I mean, an army of infernal or abyssal creatures could certainly slay an entire town, but there would be evidence.
Sure. Yeah.
Is it
Yep.
possible that the chronurgist annoyed a demigod?
Who are you asking?
Verrozz.
The Hermit, Verrozz, yeah.
Let me just say, if anyone could accomplish such a thing, it would be Tozak.
And I'm assuming he never talked to you about whatever he was doing, because I know you two weren't, talking a lot. So he never said anything.
Isn't that something he would tell his brother?
I wouldn't think so, especially if they weren't,
Our
if they weren't close.
Right?
Our arguments were about magical theory and about risk-taking and about the fact that there are lines that we should simply not cross, and he would never agree to that.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that your brother was kind of a dumbass. All right.
He took unnecessary risks.
Yeah, let's put it that. Well, we'll go with that. I'm sure he's.
That's why the town is a smudge.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the town is the.
I hope that is not the case.
Well, I know. All right. Well, I guess I mean, other than now knowing a little bit more about what this circle is and kind of does, and
would it be proper to say it's mid-morning, like close to noon?
At this point, yes.
Okay. Just trying to keep an eye on time.
Smart.
What time did we leave yesterday? Do we know?
You left
like
almost at just a little past the beginning of sunset.
Right.
Because the shadow had started to creep across the town and those creatures had started to appear.
And what time is sunset here?
Usually about 6:45.
Sounds about right. Okay, so close to noon.
I'd like to investigate this object. The south side of the room here. Is it a hearth?
Yeah, it's a fireplace.
Okay. Are there items on top of the mantle?
Candles, and an empty bowl.
Okay.
There is a poker in a stand.
And there's a door here next to me, correct?
There's a door just to the north of you, yes.
And then there's one. Is there one on the opposite side of the room?
There is, directly across from where you are.
Do you want to investigate this room further, or do you want to try one of these doors?
I don't know. What's the group say? Anything else in here we want to investigate, group, or do we just want to keep opening doors?
I think we should just keep going.
All right. Which door would you like? There's two doors here. There's two doors on opposite sides of the hearth.
I wish if the goddess left.
My left or your left? I mean,
Yours. You're the
All
one
right.
opening the door.
Let's just say this is my left here for argument's sake.
Okay.
Because I don't want to figure out which way I'm standing in relationship to the room to try to figure out left. Yeah, it's too late for that. Damn, I just dropped it. Don't I hate when that happens?
Because you chatted your die.
I chatted my die. Sons of beeswax.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. There we go. That is going to be a 23. Checking
You
for traps.
look this door over, and this is a seeming very intricate lock. And you do notice that there appears to be one section of the locking mechanism that is jet black.
And that's not a good thing.
It's not usual. You would guess it's some form of trap.
Now the question is do I try to do anything with it? I don't want to. I don't really honestly care what it is. Is do I leave it alone or do I try to disarm it?
It's
That's
kind of what
entirely
you do.
up to you.
What do I have to roll to disarm, Jeff?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Might as well.
Come on, big roll now, big roll. It's gonna be a dirty 20.
Oh.
Not
All right.
terrible, but I wanted more. I will admit, I wanted more.
You believe you have disarmed it, but you are not 100%
I'm not 100%
sure.
sure. Of course I'm not. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. We're going through this door no matter what, unless this thing, kills me. So, do I still have to now try to unlock it, Jeff, or
I don't know. Is it locked?
is it locked? I try the door.
You try the door. It is locked.
It is locked. All right. Same number. It's going to be a 20 again to unlock it.
You are barely able, but you do manage to unlock the door.
Do I know what it was? Do I know
No.
what the... No, I don't get to find out. Damn, I thought maybe I could find out. Anyway, okay. I open the door. Unlock it. Open it.
Now you get to find out.
Now I get to find out because now it blows up on me.
Gavin grasps the door and turns the handle,
I have evasion just in case.
and
I don't think it's going to help me, but...
out of the locking mechanism springs something black that
Oh.
immediately swells into a hand the size of your chest
Oh.
that goes like this through
Okay.
you. And it just goes like this and then passes through him and disappears. But Gavin, you take 21 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
Back necrotic.
Well,
Sorry.
No, it was me. Hey, listen, I tried to disarm it. He's good. I mean, I'll agree with his brother that he's reckless as all hell, but he obviously knows what he's doing when it comes to, especially when it comes to trapping a door. And
okay.
I need to be a little bit better at my,
Yeah.
taking care of the traps.
Verrozz catches you when you stumble backwards.
I cast Cure Wounds, 2nd level, 2d8 plus 8.
Ah, I rolled 2 1s. So whatever
For the
you roll.
For the love of all that is holy.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. 11 plus 8. So 19.
Cute.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah, and I'm still up. I mean, again, it's one of those things where I'm not quite at 100%, but I'm better than I was. So,
But the door is now open.
yay! Thank
On the
God.
upside, you did get the door open.
Yeah.
And with the light filtering in from the other room, you can see that this chamber is otherwise dark, cold. On the floor sit 3 4-foot-long chests,
Of course.
wood banded with gleaming silver metal.
And I'm just gonna say for the record, I just took necrotic damage, and in this room are 3 more chests. Do you think by any chance these aren't gonna be trapped to the fucking hilt?
Each
Well,
sports a
it could be mimic.
complex. Each sports a complex-looking lock made of the same metal the chests are banded with on its front face.
well, we're not here to pillage and steal from him, so
Yeah, maybe we can just leave those be.
I have absolutely no problem with that.
I thought you might.
Seeing as
thought
I'm not
you might see it
necessarily a
that way.
rogue that's out for money,
Right.
I picked up more of my rogue skills as a warrior in the army as opposed to a rogue that's just out for himself. So I am absolutely fine with just shutting this door and moving on.
Well, all right then.
Sounds good.
So I
Not in one
Leslie-
of those chests.
now
slowly
Leslie herself might want to pillage everything.
Well, I realized
Like-
that if we were in another world playing a different game, we would be opening those chests. But in tonight,
Rosalind is a paladin. She's not going to
No,
add
but
pillaging.
you as the person, you as the player.
Are
Right.
you implying that I am morally ambiguous?
We're implying that you're loot hungry.
Well,
Yeah,
you
that.
know, call it what you will, loot hungry, morally ambiguous. Whatever works. I mean,
I mean, we are standing here with his brother, so, and I know you would. You would not.
Yeah,
As
and
a paladin,
again,
you would-
I mean, we are not. You're right. We are not here to loot. We're here to find the townspeople. I don't know that what is going to be in either one of those 3 chests is going to help. So
As you move over there, Verrozz goes into the room.
maybe he's not averse to looting his
yeah,
brother's
well, I'm
stuff.
going to stop right now then and just
Excuse her.
Verrozz, what's going on, man?
Curiosity. And you see his hands waving.
We're all standing out of that room. Wait, hold. Once he starts doing that, I'm going to move myself.
I'm on the other side of the room
Fair
now.
enough.
Verrozz, is there something you're looking for?
Simply curious.
About what?
2 of the chests are enchanted. 1 is not. That's all. But while this spell is still coursing, if you want me to examine that greatsword, I can.
Sure.
Okay.
And I hand him the greatsword.
Well, you pull it out and go to hand it to him, and he says, "It is not magical,
That's interesting.
but it is silvered."
So in other words, we could sell it and get money for it.
That, or if you're fighting creatures that have an aversion to silver, it's going to do a hell of a lot more damage.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Well,
right.
then I guess maybe we'll hang on to it for now and hope for the
Yeah.
best. All right, Verrozz, you good there? You want me to check this door out? You want to wait? I mean, he's
Through you.
okay. Just making
Let's
sure.
go to the other door.
Let's see what this door can do to me. Roll better, Gavin. Roll better. All right. Well, I guess we start with our usual checking for traps.
Investigation roll.
Yep.
See, now you know how to rogue.
Yep.
Now I know how to rogue. 24.
24. You are pretty certain that this door is not trapped.
Is it locked?
Yes.
22.
No problem. This lock succumbs to your skills easily.
There must be nothing behind this fucking door, because... Gotta figure the only reason that door was trapped like that was because, there's something in those chests, but I don't really want to find out, so I open the door.
All right. You...
And another hand comes out, and this one kills you.
Open the door.
Ooh.
Hey, look, there's another stairwell. Going up or down?
Up.
Going up.
If worst comes to worst, we can always check out those treasure chests on the way out.
Well, if it does, but right now, what's this in front of me, Jeff?
It is an enormous pile of boxes, crates, and barrels, and they're all stacked in a fairly haphazard fashion. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of organization.
Okay. So I step into the room, and I will immediately then go right there.
Okay.
So allow others to start. Is there anything else in this room?
Nope.
Okay. Then I just kind of yell back behind me. Nothing in this room but a stairway going up.
Well, I guess we should go up then.
Well, and this pile of stuff.
And this haphazard, but most people can see that as they're coming in the doorway, I would guess.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Right.
let's look at the stuff.
I suppose if you want to do a quick search through it and see if there's anything there. It's fine with me.
If there's vestigial moths, I'm gonna be very angry.
Wow.
All right. So.
And spiders.
If she has been injured, I will be quite cross.
Right. Krishana, go ahead and make an investigation check.
But basically, vestigial spider moths.
Investigation?
Yes.
21.
Can I also investigate?
Yes, you may as well.
21.
You find that each container seems to have something different. And nothing seems to be particularly valuable. It's all different types of materials. Roslynn, what did you get for investigation?
14.
14.
Not
Okay. You pretty much find the same thing. Both of you make an Arcana check.
$16.
Okay. 17.
Both of you look through this and flash on some of your colleagues from the Brognate that are arcane spellcasters, and you come to the conclusion that these are all basic spell components.
Mm.
This is his stash of material components.
Mm.
Pretty substantial stash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's highfalutin. All right.
Highfalutin son of a gun.
So I ask our magical friend, any idea what he might have been trying to cast based on the components that you see in this room?
Well, he
Or is it
can't.
just so
He
basic?
can't get in there yet. So
I just yell it back. When you go by, check it out. See if there's anything there that might give you some inclination as to what kind of spells he might be trying to cast.
well, I will only know some. He is more powerful than I, and he is casting spells beyond my ability.
Mm.
So some of it may not be familiar.
Mm.
Okay, hit the stairs, Gavin.
And she's climbing the stairway to heaven. All right, I start going up the steps.
All right. So what's the order up the stairs?
Did that.
Gavin, then me.
And then me.
And then you-
Krishana, and then Melerenn, excuse me. I moved the L on that.
Okay.
It's like Maryland. Well, hey.
I know.
I was looking at your name, and it was, I don't know why I saw Maryland, but
That's okay.
All right. Well,
another door.
as you begin to climb up the stairs, you do see that there is another chamber above, and as you approach the top of the stairs, you step on the fourth step from the top and hear a click.
Crap.
And 3 things happen at the same time. You hear a thunk from the bottom of the stairs. The stairs flatten, and suddenly they are coated in grease. And all 4 of you begin to slide down toward a section of spikes that have pivoted up from the floor. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
Oops.
Whoops.
That's not good.
Well, then, I would say all 4 of them because I'm the 5th and I'm not quite up there yet.
Actually, they said you went 4th before Verrozz.
Before Verrozz, so you are.
Because the standard
dirty
order is Verrozz is
weasels.
last, so.
Dirty weasels.
Yeah, you're the 4th one up, but the first one down. So you better figure out a way to stop those
Okay.
spikes real quick.
It'll break our fall.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Hopefully
break
hopefully by the time Gavin gets down there, he'll just be thudding into bodies, you know.
Yeah, everybody else will be kebabbed onto the spikes, and I'll just be like,
Bounce off one wall. Grab the next person's head. Grab the next person's head. Grab the be like,
That's horrible.
done. Woohoo! How fun.
That
All
was
right.
awesome.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
You did not expect us to leave those chests alone.
I didn't actually. I'm
glad we
stunned
did.
at your restraint.
Yeah, we're
can
not here
happen.
for that.
I am so glad that we did, because I really did not want to go. I was just waiting to go. Yeah, go ahead and check those out. I was going to be like, son of a bitch. I am going to. This is where I am gonna miss one of these traps.
After the
and this
special
thing.
hand, I was like, yeah, that's fine.
We're good.
And something is gonna take me out. It's gonna be ugly.
We're good. Good.
Yep. So we will pick this up next time.
All right.
But thank you all for tuning in. Do remember, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m., Dextricity and Electrocity are heading back to Paragon City. And Jules, I'm told, is going to be joining us again. And
Excellent.
perhaps one of his friends.
Oh, excellent.
So
The
There
more
may
the
be-
merry.
there may be 4 of us. And if there's 4 of us, we may be able to pull off a task force.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah. So
Yay!
it's the City of Heroes equivalent of doing a dungeon in WoW.
I got it.
So yep. But we'll see. But at least Nikki and I will be on tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern US time, for another trip into City of Heroes. And then we got a couple days off. And then starting on Sunday, we start all over again. Sunday is going to be Neverwinter
Never went.
with Nikki and I. And Jules had said he wants to learn to play Neverwinter, but I did the math and it's like 4:00 in the morning his time when we start. So,
Oh,
or
yeah.
4:30 or something like that. So I don't think he'll be
That's
joining us.
old.
And then next Monday night, 7:30 p.m. is the next episode of Player Chat. And then a week from
Mhm.
tonight, we'll be back with another Lands of Aecathan.
Maybe
Whether
Western,
it'll be Western or Central is anybody's guess at this point. But
Western, Central, Western, Central.
Oh God.
yeah,
Oh God. I'm
yeah,
having flashbacks to Western weekend.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Remember, if you like this show, maybe mention it to a couple other people you know that play D&D that might like it too.
we're 5 people away on Twitch from being able to do more things.
Yep.
Tell the people.
We're at 45 followers. We need to get to 50.
That's all we
So-
need.
Yep.
Bring
Well,
3 more people.
So
to start off with.
right. And then we'll just keep building from there. But yeah. So have a wonderful week. Remember, stay safe, stay sane. Keep wearing your mask. It's not over yet.
Get your shot.
Man, the stuff that's been going on in Miami over the last week, just stupid. So, wear your mask.
Please.
Don't be selfish.
Wearing a mask is an act of love.
Yep.
Remember that.
Yep.
Aw.
And we will see you next time as we welcome you back to the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Thanks for tuning in.